Well, hello and good afternoon, everyone. Good evening, good morning, depending on where you are. Happy birthday, Xbox. Happy birthday, Master Chief. And my goodness, folks.
And happy birthday, Lord Cognito.
That's
Today's
right,
Cog's
Cognito.
birthday.
Today is his 41st birthday. I think he's a youngster. He's a young man. Um, I mean,
God
what a
bless him.
day, folks. I'm still honestly reeling through the excitement. I got a chance to play some Halo Infinite multiplayer. The first game I teamed up with Zemi Games, and we won. We won the first one. We won the second one, but I had to bounce because I had to go get Mrs. Boom, and I haven't been back to play it. I did just get my Halo Infinite Elite 2 controller. It's been a day of controllers. It's there's literally so much going on. There's just not enough time in the day to be able to catch up with everything. But folks, we are here. We have an incredible show. We're going to be breaking down what happened. We're going to be breaking down how big of a power move this was by Microsoft by 343 to get this game out. I mean, look, depending on who you ask, if you just go to the socials, Call of Duty and Battlefield, they're on the ropes, right? They released and they were released broken, and they need they're buggy mess, both of them. And here you got Halo dropping. I mean, again, there was rumors. We had no factual information that this was going to happen, and they did it, folks. They actually did it on the 20th anniversary of the box, of the brand, and of course, Master Chief. And I honestly, even though it may not have shocked the world because it kind of leaked out that this may happen, I still think it was substantial. I'm going to say this: this was a 10 out of 10 show. I don't care who you are. I don't care what brand that you cop for. If you find something wrong with this show, then you just missed the whole point. This was a perfect show. It celebrated Xbox from start to finish, and it was glorious. Again, folks, no gameplay today. You're going to get our beautiful faces up here. And speaking of beautiful, the mag is just joined us. What's up there, brother? We're going to get to you in a second, but listen. I've talked enough for 3 minutes in. We got almost 100 people already here. I think this is going to be a record day. We have a lot of guests coming in and out. Miles Dompierre unfortunately had to back out at the last minute, and not because he couldn't be here. He was tasked to write up a monster package for Halo Infinite multiplayer, and obviously he works for Windows Central. He's got to do his job, so he is going to return at
Blame
another day.
Jez.
Jez Corden. Yeah, we'll blame Jez on that. But let's get into the introductions first. We'll start first with the Wandering Dutch. Dutch, you've been doing unboxing after unboxing. You've been knocking it out of the park. You got a lot of stuff coming for the channel. You were out there. How many achievements did you unlock in Halo Infinite multiplayer?
So far, 11.
Jeez, that's a fan right there. How you doing, Dutch? How you feeling?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, it has been a busy day. Unboxing the Halo Infinite Series X, the Halo Infinite Elite Series 2, and the 20th anniversary controller. And doing, of course, covering the stream like yourself today.
Yes.
And then, of course, Halo dropped. So played a little bit of Halo.
A little bit of Halo, he says. Asante, I think he was a shot at you, by the way. He played a little bit.
I'll be quiet.
So yes,
well, listen,
it's been good, and I'm looking forward to speaking about it all. To be honest,
we're actually going to come to you first, Mag second on this day. And speaking of the Mag,
yes,
no
sir.
videos today. I know that in that beautiful bald head of yours, you are now fixing a way to bring us Unicorn Nation's answer to what happened today. And I know it's going to be quite funny. Just don't jump off any fences and fall and hurt yourself. We don't want you to do that. Mag, how the heck are you? And talk about a day of days.
It was a day of days, and actually, I'm glad I'm actually here relatively on time, as work had mercy on me tonight, so I was able to get the hell out of there. But I did watch the show while I was sitting down having some lunch on the break today, so I got in there. And unlike Dutch, who unlocked 11 achievements, I haven't even turned my Xbox on yet. So, I plan on doing that after the show. But another thing, speaking of this Halo multiplayer thing, I greatly look forward to Everborn's bot-only videos showing how incredibly good he is.
Slander.
I already started.
You see, I as soon as I said something, he comes right off mute. But anyways, guys, we got a hell of a show tonight. We got a great panel. I understand we're gonna have some guests. We got a great chat going already. Let's get right into the show.
All right. Well,
By
thank
the
you
way,
so much,
Dutch,
brother.
I'm right behind you. I have 6 achievements so far.
Good on you, man. I have 2, and I was very excited. Kay Asante, yeah. First of all, it was great to have you a part of today's show. We went a little early at 12:30. We stayed about half an hour afterwards. We watched as I yelled multiple times, yes, yes, yes. Everyone was so excited. Today was, again, a 10 out of 10 show. They finished off backwards compatibility with the biggest update ever, 76 games, some really incredible pieces in there. And then, of course, we got some snippets of the Halo TV series, which looks dope. We got the Symphony, which was amazing. And like I said on the live stream, I would pay to go see that. They were amazing. And then it kind of faded to black. I'm going to be honest with you. I said this on the other stream. I was a little nervous. I was like, please don't end on this. And the minute we saw Joseph Staten, and of course, the head of of development for multiplayer with all of 343 behind him, I just knew it. And talk about a way to end the show. I don't know if you could have ended the show any better than You Can Play Today. The beta goes live until the game ships in December. No time limit, 24 hours a day. Drop your feedback. I mean, you like myself must have been giddy inside like a kid.
Oh yeah, this was something else. Good evening, everybody. I see the chat's already lit. Stuff Sean is like, "Yup, Jason Statham confirmed."
That's right.
Jason Statham confirmed.
You know,
that's right.
No, it was a great show. I will say, even though I just played a little, I just confirmed I have 11 achievements, good sirs. Yes, and 6 of them are diamond achievements. So there you go.
You know what? Now I'm jealous.
Same as me, then.
Some of them haven't had time to play it. That's why there's
but truth, yeah, because nobody's played it, and all I really did was I poked around the academy and did a few of those things. And every time you touch anything for the first time, you go and you customize your Spartan once, you get an achievement. All the things you touch for the first time, you get an achievement for. And for some reason, since nobody's really played them, diamond achievements all over the place. But no, to speak to what happened today.
Hey, to that point, and I'm back because I just finished stuffing my face. I was eating dinner.
No, it's fine. we see the Japanese food drooling on you.
Right. No, Kirby Luis brought it up saying there were some dumb achievements in Halo. They're only rare because not a lot of people are on it yet. So if you were playing first, they're rare achievements, but they're not really.
No,
rare.
They're not really rare. They're rare by
the system, Mr. K. Asante.
Basically, yes. and actually, I think I was having a Spaces conversation with one of these reviewers who said this. They always get nothing but diamond achievements because by the time they play their games, it hasn't been released yet.
It was the same for them. When we were doing it, when we were doing it in early access, whatever it was, it was exactly the same. Everything you got was a diamond.
Was a diamond because nobody else has gotten it yet.
Diamond after it's no longer a rare achievement.
No. If you unlock it when it's diamond, it's just diamond forever for you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm like, if you can, jump in there now and get as many of them as you can because they will forever be diamond for you, even though others will not get the same benefit.
But it'll always be tainted.
Yeah, it'll always be tainted. Thank you, sir. Needless to say, I will say this was I agree with all sentiments, man. This was a day of days for Xbox. I wasn't sure if they were going to or if they should. But now that they have, I have to say I'm with it. I'm with it 100%. Like, because there was that idea that what will that do to Forza? Absolutely nothing.
Nothing. Literally nothing. Yeah.
Yeah. You know why? Because of quick resume.
Yeah. Exactly. You can bounce back and forth quickly. It's all good. So we've been playing on PC. We've been playing on console. I mean, I for one, I'm still digging through all of the back compat features that are the back compat games that are coming out, even though they say it's the last group, shed a little tear. I missed 1 or 2 of them, but still by and large, it's great. And the FPS boosted titles, a bunch of the Gears titles are now FPS boosted. The whole thing, it was top to bottom, 30 minutes, but of the 30 minutes, it was fantastic.
Yeah, 100%. Real quick, one of the things that I, as a show host, absolutely loathe doing, and as missing super chats. And because of the day, it was very chaotic. I had multiple screens open. I'm running on full emotions. I literally did not read one super chat. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to read what everyone wrote, because obviously we have a show to do, but I do want to acknowledge everyone that did drop a super chat, starting with Drawn TJ. He dropped the $5 super chat. Eli's Slomovich dropped the $10 super chat. Aaron J off 94 dropped the $2 super chat. John Wolf dropped the $5 super chat. Corbini Gaming, $5 super chat. Drawn TJ drops an additional $5 super chat. Sir X-Men, good friend of the show, he dropped a $2 super chat. Drawn TJ, wow, he drops an additional $20 super chat. My God, Drawn TJ, thank you so much for that. Chaos Mite dropped the $5 super chat. Nightcrawlers Podcast dropped the $5 super chat. Raiden Blade dropped a £2 super chat. And the first one of tonight comes to us from the darling of the community. Lady Foxfire drops a $2 super chat. And she says, happy Xbox Day, everyone. So glad Halo is out. Indeed. And thank you everyone for obviously, supporting the channel. And obviously we give back. We turn this into prizes that we're going to do. And the next big one is Christmas with Mr. and Mrs. Boomstick. We are currently at $500 worth of prizes, some physical, some digital, and we pay for all the taxes, and we pay for, of course, shipping. So if you win, it's on us. So don't worry about that. But let's welcome in Everborn Saga. We're waiting the eclipse of you destroying what we thought were real people, but turns out to be bots.
It's coming.
The
I
bot
sent
master.
one in the DM already.
Oh,
The
fantastic.
bot master has
The
returned.
bot master returns. Yes, I'm here to get them all. But listen, there's all this Halo talk, but we need to take a minute to acknowledge that Sonic Generations now has FPS boost.
I can't argue with that. That game is amazing.
Listen,
But
It is indeed amazing.
listen,
Yes, it is.
read the tea leaves of what's happening, okay?
Oh,
Look, I'm just saying, Sarah Bond announces this thing with Sega, right? And then we see they release this Warhammer game, and now Sonic Generations. I'm just saying, connect the dots.
I would say to that connected dots point, there's a lot of WB games that got back compatible this week, including
Excuse
OG
me,
Mortal
sir.
Kombat.
We're
So
talking
what does that
Sonic
say?
right now.
Him. That's what that says.
Yeah,
No,
what does
but,
that say?
no, today was great. Cannot wait. I've been playing Halo when I should have been working. And now I might play during the podcast, to be honest. But
I mean, listen, people do that all the time.
listen. What if we got into a game right now? I'm just saying.
No, stop it.
That
know
would
what?
be kind of dope, but I would be looking over here
Yeah,
to
it would
my
be like this.
TV, and I would forget about the podcast. And
This is why you
people would
gotta
hate
have
me.
the vertical monitor set up. I got the game monitor
hate
up
me for
here
that.
and then the work monitor here.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Well, listen, I'm glad that you're here, brother. We have a lot to get into. It's going to be a great talk. Tempest Sun, my goodness, brother. Welcome back to the show. Obviously, you are an assassin, car mechanic by day, assassin by night. You can't wait to start shooting people in the face once again. How are you, and how taken aback were you that they were this confident to drop it like they did today?
Well, let me tell you. So, if anybody knows anything about me, I am a Battlefield enthusiast. I love that game. I have been a loyal supporter through thick and thin of Battlefield. I've let them do a lot of stupid things and just brushed it off my shoulder because it's Battlefield. Gameplay is king. Well, I feel like I've been cheated on. Really bad.
Yes. Tempest got to get his groove back now.
Yeah, I tell you what,
like Stella.
I've been playing like I got cheated on by like the redneck down the street, which is Call of Duty. That's what it feels like, man. That's what it feels like.
That's crazy.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, everybody's going to know this quote, but it's from my good friend Jeff Goldblum. They were so preoccupied whether or not they could that they didn't stop to think if they should. What I am speaking of is 128 player lobbies. It made, in my opinion, everything worse in almost every way. The tick rate's terrible. You die 10 feet behind corners. It's laggy. The gunplay doesn't even feel the same. I tried to like it because it's my girl. It's Battlefield, right? But
right.
So Phil Spencer just reached in, put his hand on my shoulder, and he's like, "I got you. I got you,
Mr. Steel, your girl."
Yeah, because
no. It's Joe. I want to know.
I want to know. Yeah.
So listen, this couldn't come at a better time because I've been distraught. I'm trying to like Battlefield, and it's just not doing it for me. So
I told you, Tempest.
Yeah, Halo's coming
night.
in. Yeah, I know. Hey, I gave it an honest shot, and there's just so much for me not to like. And Halo dropped out of nowhere, and I've been looking forward to this as well. Yeah, I'm a Battlefield guy, but I love Halo too.
Yeah.
So no, I'm super excited. As a matter of fact, I'm not playing the game, and I won't play the game. I'll be respectful, but I pulled it up on the computer. It's loaded up, and I'm just playing with my settings and stuff at the moment. So as soon as the podcast is over, we're gonna rock and roll.
Tempest.
It reminds me of Agnes Harkness from.
Have y'all checked out the app, the Halo app that you can do like mess with your Spartan and all that while you're not in?
No, I haven't.
No, don't go and tell me that, bro.
Yeah,
that's also released.
Check that out. Yeah.
This is
I'm gonna have to check it out. Oh yeah, by the way, we're gonna get into this. Oh, you know what? That was my intro. Everybody, continue on. We'll get it. I was gonna mention the concurrent Steam players and just under 5 hours.
No, go about it. Yeah, absolutely. Talk about it.
Oh, okay. Well, 200 concurrent in under 5 hours on Steam alone, not including Xbox.
200,000.
Yeah, I tell you what, I went to Best Buy and I did in-store pickup. I got some stuff, because I'm excited about Halo. And I kid you not, I got into a conversation about Halo with 3 people there that were jazzed. One dude was picking up a Elite controller like myself.
Wow.
Another guy was picking up a headset. And then the guy behind the corner is like, "Man, you excited?" It's like Halo dropped. 3 people in my short period of time at Best Buy. So
there you go.
This is the real deal, everybody. This is I don't know, man. I think we're getting our cake and we're getting to eat it too. So.
Yeah, you know what? I think you're onto something. I mean, listen, look. We have a lot of 2 hours worth, 2 hours plus of the show, but we got to get into this. This was a ballsy move. I think after 3 flights, the last one, Kay Asante and I, we got a chance to play, I think, for like 2 hours. It was like on Saturday or Sunday.
Yeah.
And by the way, Kay Asante, you missed it because Zemi Games, I had to take one of the headsets off because he was talking so much trash, destroying people, that he got into that the little plane. He was cutting people down left and right. You got to hurt him. I'm like, this guy is insane. He's so mild mannered on the show, and then in the trenches, he's a maniac. This was a big deal.
The polar opposite of himself.
Yeah,
when he plays that game.
It's like Jekyll and Hyde for sure.
Yeah.
It's like me, myself, and Irene.
Pretty much, yes. Except with Zemi Games, no doubt about that. I really want to touch on this. I think that a year, and I said this on the show earlier, cannot just be based on a block of a month. It's a sum of all of its parts, right? If you want to talk about who had the best year in 2021, it's not Sony and it's not Nintendo. Xbox has been doing the Lord's work, as some people would say. And this is another example. I mean, if you think about how they have been dominating the conversation, everyone's excited for these 20th anniversary controllers, for the Elite Halo controller, for the Halo system, which just launched today as well. You got the 20th anniversary 30-minute show. Everyone was like, 30 minutes. What could they show? They dump 76 games backward compatible, some of which are classic games that you never thought you'd ever see in there. They're in there. They finish off strong with, hey, you can play Halo. It's the beta. And I don't know what else to say, as when you look at what Nintendo has to offer for the remainder of the year, which is nothing unless it's going to be a surprise. And Sony, look, this is not a jump, pile on a rabbit kind of situation, but you got to call a spade a spade. Sony has no answer to this, folks. They have no answer to Microsoft, and we haven't even talked about, and we're not going to because there's only a 2-hour show, the 17 unannounced titles that all have code names outside of what we know is releasing. I'm actually going to go first to Wandering Dutch and then right to Mag Dutch. You have a lot to say. This was a power move. This was a dominant first place move. Confidence, unlike we've seen in what an entire generation went by. And my God, post E3 2018 to present has been one heck of a turning of a ship.
Yeah, it has. One thing, obviously, it's definitely a power move, and I think they've been doing it all week. You've seen that with both of the launches, shall we say. This is kind of a half launch because it's not even the full multiplayer. It's a beta of the multiplayer that then fully releases on December 8th.
Right.
And we've already got 8.8 million people playing on Forza Horizon in a week.
Yes, not even a full week because tomorrow is full 7 days.
Yep. So it'll be 9 million by the time we actually get to that full 7 days. And already, as it stands on SteamDB, is 219,000 peak concurrent players on Halo Infinite on Steam alone. Just on Steam, that's not Xbox. 220,000. It's just insane. And that's concurrent. They're all currently playing the game. And it keeps going up. That's just as of probably about 10, 20 minutes ago. Wow. So yeah, it's bonkers. It is an absolute power move by them, and I think it shows the confidence they have in the game to say, "Listen, we're happy to do." And I you know what it is? This is kind of an in-between launch to what I was thinking. So I was thinking they were going to do a.
Oh, did we lose him?
He froze.
Uh-oh.
Sub-Zero got to him.
Oh, man. There he is. You're back.
He's coming. He's coming back.
Weird. That's very strange. Yeah, so I think in terms of it was definitely a power move. It was bang in the middle of where I thought it was going to be. Between a fully fledged multiplayer launch and a technical flight. I thought personally it was going to be the final flight, but open to everybody to play before launch. What they've done is said, it's not a flight, but it's not the full multiplayer launch. We're going to do a beta that has the vast majority and the battle pass, and it's open until launch, and then everything else is good to go.
What is missing from the multiplayer right
so
now?
At the moment, there is 10 maps that are playable up until launch. There is 23 at launch. So there's another 13 maps to go yet.
23 for 23 studios.
Oh, yes.
And how many more maps is that than Battlefield?
Oh, salty.
Probably something like 15, 16 more maps or something.
Mm-hmm. And not for $100. I'd like to put out.
Yeah. I mean, it's a matter of No, hold on, Mac, because I'm going to paint that question for you. I think what you're on to is something worthy of a conversation, and I think this is what puts I think Call of Duty and Battlefield get put in a corner because they're $70 plus games.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
100%.
So by all means, continue, Dutch.
Yeah, 100%. By the way, within the last 2 seconds of speaking, it's went up to 221,800. So, as you can see,
there you go.
It's very popular, and that's just Steam. Heaven forbid the amount of people that I've currently see on my friends list that are playing it. I counted 20-something before.
And that is not limited by Game Pass subs either.
No,
right, because it's free to play.
It's free to play.
Free to play, so it's anybody and everybody can play it. And of course, then there's a lot of people that, like my friend who's got his Series X for the first time today and happened to get the Halo Infinite one, so I know he'll be jumping on that as well. So it's insane. The amount of players this is going to bring is just off the charts. I'm really looking for it. It is a massive power move. I'm looking forward to seeing if they've got this much confidence in the multiplayer, just how great the full release is going to be when we get to play that campaign. And you know what really bothered me was going onto that main menu when you boot the game up and the word campaign is there and it's highlighted, it's not blocked out. So you go to click it and it's like December 8th.
Yeah.
You're like, oh,
they psych you with that. Yeah. I mean, listen, Dutch, you're absolutely onto something. I mean, if you look, I mean, look, you can take any particular year last gen, let's say 2018, and say that Sony dominated the conversation because they had an incredible array of first-party games that came out, right? That literally dominated sales of the console. Spider-Man was record sales in PlayStation 4. They were practically giving it away. But that Sony does not exist anymore. That Sony has disappeared. I don't know if it's a changing of the guard and they just weren't prepared. Maybe they looked at, Microsoft as a sleeping giant. Don't pay them any mind. They're going to do what they normally do and they're going to F it up somehow. And, whatever. I think Chaos Hunter was saying that they might have caught him flat-footed. Microsoft might have caught Sony flat-footed, like we've seen when Buster Douglas knocked out Mike Tyson, right? Got him flat-footed and beat his ass live on TV, right? I was there. I saw it all.
Let me paint a little bit of a different picture, Boom. You remember how Babe Ruth used to point to outside of Yankee Stadium and say, I'm about to hit this home run? And he told you he was going to hit it, and there was nothing you could do about it. Throw the ball, Sony.
Yeah. Phil Dominus Maximus Aurelius Spencer, and I think he's got to get a fourth name in there. Mag, I got to go to you next on this, because when you talk about free-to-play, right, the big boys on the block are Apex Legends, Fortnite, Call of Duty Warzone. Does PUBG even exist? Does anyone even play it anymore? I don't know. Let's leave them out of the equation. No one cares about PUBG. Right? But we're not talking about those free-to-play games, because those free-to-play gamers on those three games, I am telling you right now, are going to find their way to Halo. But that's not what this conversation is going to go about. What we're going to talk about is we have two of the biggest first-person shooters that are guaranteed to sell millions. And pardon my French, they have both taken a shit live for everyone to see. Battlefield is a buggy mess. I saw Dealer Gaming, who was going to be here. He had some prior engagement. Dealer's going to come back and join us in a couple of weeks. He posted something that looked incredible. He was in a tank. I don't know if he was with buddies, but they were wrecking shop. And he's like, you know something? This is what Battlefield looks like, ... when it works. That's not good. And in Call of Duty, well, Call of Duty looks like it was put together in a sweatshop. I mean, you got textures on there that look like Xbox One graphics. You saw what I saw.
Here, it's almost like it's a bad idea to push a game out of that scale every year, as opposed to
it might
giving
be
it a few years to make it.
It actually might be. But here is the interesting where I'm going to paint this picture, Mag. Halo is the darling of shooters. It is the mecca of shooters. It has been, and again, took a bit of hiatus, right? It's back. It's back, and it seems like all of the storms are forming perfectly. Call of Duty is taking a knee. Battlefield's taking a knee. These are $70 experiences. You want to pay for them and get ripped off, you go ahead and buy these games. But Microsoft does something crazy, and they say, you know what? Halo, for the first time ever, free to play, paywall down, everyone's playing. Wow. I mean, what are your thoughts?
Well, you know what? We talked about this, I think it was about a month ago. And the one thing that we did talk about was we talked about how this could be that moment where the stars align perfectly for Halo, right?
Yes.
And we already knew before Call of Duty even came out, before Battlefield came out, we already knew that those games were in trouble. And it wasn't just the actual games, it wasn't just like the final products or whatever. People played the betas. The betas weren't hot. And people are like, oh, well, it's just a beta. it was like 3 weeks before release.
Yes.
What are you going to get done in 3 weeks that you're going to change the experience? You're not. Okay,
Nope.
What you're going to get is you're going to get the same thing, maybe a little bit tweaked. But anyways, the point is, yes, the stars align perfectly for Halo to take the cake, okay, for this fall season / winter season. And the thing is, what they've also done on top of it is that they've made it free to play. That is the number one thing that we have to keep repeating over and over. It is free to play. Battlefield, just like Sony games, guys, just so you know, up here in Canada, Australia, Europe, they're $105 for Battlefield. It is $105 for the X and S version and the PS5 versions of Call of Duty Vanguard. Okay? I didn't buy either one of them. They could both go to hell this year. Yep. As far as I'm concerned. I will play Battlefield when it shows up in March in Game Pass. In March in Game Pass. You heard it here first. Okay?
When the bugs are fixed.
Dude, I'm telling you, it's going to be in Game Pass by March. That's what I'm saying, and I'm telling you that's the hill I'm going to die on. But anyways, the thing is, we've talked about this. I've said this from the very first show that I ever did here with Boom, a year and a half ago. Yep. And what did I say? I said the next generation is the battle for mindshare. And what this entire thing today that happened, this release of the Halo multiplayer, the Forza Horizon 5, I'm not going to get into all this, but what I am going to get into is the fact that they have dominated the headlines for an entire year, no matter what the competition is doing, okay? Nintendo's always going to do great. Sony's always going to do great, but nobody's talking about it. Nobody's talking about these things. Sony brought up Gran Turismo. By the way, what a boneheaded move in the middle of them announcing 7.1 million, I think it was at that point, people playing Forza Horizon 5. What do? Yeah. Well, Gran Turismo has like some new wheels or whatever. And then everybody's like, what? What are you talking? Get out of here.
It was embarrassing. I would agree.
Embarrassing. Yeah. It was like when kids act up at the kids' table. You have to look over there and be like, keep it down over there. Adults are talking, right? So that's how I felt about that.
I thought of that scene in The Bronx Tale where Sonny was like, put him in the bathroom.
That's right. That's right. Put a brag on that man's face, right? Remember that we was throwing the dice?
I don't want that face looking at this face.
That's right. There you go. Battlefield comes out. Ain't nobody talking about it. Call of Duty comes out. Nobody talking about it. What's everybody talking about? Everybody's talking about Forza and Halo. Now, here's the funny thing. If we rewind the clocks to last gen, what was everybody making fun of Xbox for? All they have is Forza, Halo, Gears. What is dominating the gaming market right now? Forza and Halo. How funny is that? But now all of a sudden everybody's playing.
How crazy did people go when Hive Busters came out at the end of last year?
Right. Mm-hmm. Okay. So now everybody's playing these games. So what it is that, Tempest actually said, you're talking about having your cake and eating it too. Well, we're going to be doing that for an entire generation because I can tell you this, what I saw and what I see is a continuous bombardment, a blitzkrieg, if you will, that I have a feeling is not going to take a foot off the pedal at all. It's not going to stop. It's going to keep going, and it's going to keep getting harder and faster. Pause. And, on top of all this.
Thank you, man.
Well done. Well done.
Thank you. Now you've got Sony releasing, 2 to 3 big bangers a year, okay, which is like kind of their situation, right? They, just like they did in 2018, in 2019, even this year, they released a couple of big AAA games, right? Microsoft is going to be releasing every month.
They are literally setting themselves up potentially one big banger per month, and that's from first party, dude.
It could be first party, it could be third party, it could be marketing deal, whatever the hell it is, right? It's going to be every month. And then you couple it in with what I'm watching, okay, what I'm looking at. You're looking at this. You're looking at Xbox releasing games monthly. Then you're looking at the peripherals. They got controllers, headphones, mini fridges, custom consoles. Then they've got these shows. I went to IGN just now. Every single article on IGN is Xbox. Yeah. Every single one. You could scroll till your fingers get numb before you find an article that's not Xbox. Okay? You got all that. What is trending on social media, on every single social media platform, is Xbox.
Yes.
Okay? And then on top, and by the way, you want that Everborn? You want that for the watch moment? Phil Spencer said this. Did you guys hear this?
Talk about it. I know where you're going.
What he said? I know there's a lot of people like to write that we're burning cash right now, and that it's for some future pot of gold. No, in capitals. Game Pass is very, very sustainable right now as it sits, and it continues to grow.
Yep.
That was the headline in IGN article that just came out 45 minutes ago. And so now...
Hashtag stop watching the $2 trillion pocket. $2.5 trillion even harder. Pocket.
Now, I'm not saying that I'm not saying that anything is going to like Sony, for example. They're going to have a wild February. Okay, they're going to release that Legacy of Thieves edition for Uncharted, which I'm super pumped for. That's day one. They got Horizon Forbidden West, wonderful. But what's coming out between February and possibly, let's say, I don't know, September to November ish when God of War Ragnarok is coming out? Squat.
Yep.
That's what's coming out. But you know what's going to come out on Xbox? Probably about 8 AAA games.
Yes.
On Game Pass. And that's where I want to bring this all back full circle, Boom.
Yes.
When you're talking about the paywalls, okay, are the problem. And we've been talking about this for a year. People made fun of us. People laughed at us. People crapped on us on Twitter. Everything else about paywalls, supporting the devs, this and that. Well, supporting what? This is what's happening now. Everybody is playing these games. Everybody is getting into the ecosystem faster than they've ever have. And you see the numbers there. Even Sea of Thieves, they've got Spartan sales that they released today. Okay?
Yes.
So like it's coming from every angle. It's like you cannot stop this, and it's not going to stop.
Right.
So the thing is, I don't even think this is healthy competition anymore.
To your point, actually,
fight is fixed.
To your point, Mag, as well. To your point, my friend just got the Series X, as I mentioned today, for the first time. He got his kid, when I got one, he got his kid one for Christmas. So he hasn't played it. He's been playing on the OG Xbox One, the big boy. So he's eventually got the Halo Infinite one today, and he was buzzing. One of the only messages he sent after that was, really happy I've got like 3-month Game Pass. I was like...
Sweet. Can you imagine? Think about that, Dutch, for 1 second. You get a 3-month Game Pass subscription, 3 months, okay, for a buck, or like let's say it came free with
it. It's literally 3 months for $1 right now.
Okay, What the hell are you? You're gonna be playing Halo. You're gonna be playing Forza. You're gonna be playing all those other AAA games that are in there.
The Gunk that comes out in December.
Yeah,
it is ridiculous.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
So like it's not just what just came out. You're like, oh well, I'm just playing Halo and Forza. We also forget that there's almost 500 other games in there that people may not have played. Right?
Yes.
It's new to them. And that's why, by the way, that's another thing. Sorry, I'll pass the mic in a second. Hi, Tim Dog. Love you, dude.
Tim Dog, we're going to get to you in a second, brother.
Yeah, I just wanted to say hi before I get that's it. That's it. I scared him off. The thing is, we've talked about this a million times. The reason why it's not just for game preservation that Xbox keeps fixing these games, cleaning up the graphics, adding frame rate boosts, all these other things. They're doing that for not just us being like, oh, well, now Skyrim looks nicer or whatever. Gears of War looks a little better. They do it because they know that they're about to attract millions and millions of other people who have never been in the ecosystem, and those games will all be new to them, and therefore it will look and feel and play like they just came out yesterday.
Yes.
That is why they're actually doing that.
Yeah.
So that's what I see. Anyways.
Listen, we got to welcome in two gentlemen that I used to listen to as before I was a podcaster, content creator, watched them for years, and they're here. They're going to only be here. I don't know how much time we have with them, but I definitely want to get them in here. We have Tim Dog from RDX, and we have Randall Thor. Welcome, gentlemen. Thank you so much for coming on such a joyous occasion. Rand, we're going to get to you in a second. Tim Dog, my brother, we haven't had a chance to have you on in a while. Talk about what happened today. You have been calling this throwing down of the gauntlet for years, and they did it. Microsoft has done it. They have dominated everyone is talking Xbox. On the 20th anniversary, they release Halo in a beta. We're going to be playing this 24 hours a day, 7 days a week until December 8th when it launches officially. How big of a day was this for Phil Spencer and everyone at Xbox?
I don't know. It just seems like something happened. I don't know. It seems like everyone loves Xbox now. I think that might be the sentiment for a while. So, they had a good day. This was a long time coming, and they nailed it. I mean, they did a shadow drop, which, you never hear about that, and that was done with Halo. They parlayed their hand, and they they did it the right way. They said, let's have, a multiplayer release, do it on the anniversary. Everyone will go crazy, and everyone went crazy. It was that simple. You know what I mean? And now they have the campaign, so you have a triple whammy. You have Forza, this, and then the campaign, which is what everyone's looking forward to. At least myself personally. But it was a huge day, and just got to see how well they do the quarter. I mean, that's what I would look at now. I mean, right now they just blew the doors off the house, so they should have some type of quarter, and depending on what that is, then you make your inferences from there. But I do think that there is a shift going on, and at least people are just allowed to love Xbox. And today, it seemed like everyone loved Xbox.
Well, I mean, Tim, we got some numbers from Wandering Dutch moments before you jump on here. Concurrent
it's even
on
higher
Steam.
Now.
Yeah,
even higher now.
He's still counting.
225,000 concurrent players on Steam.
300,000 by the end of the show.
Right. It's
keeps going up.
It keeps going up. On top of that, you have tomorrow morning. I'm sure they're going to be reporting that it's 9 million players on Forza Horizon 5, which is being looked upon as the greatest racer ever released. I wouldn't argue with that at all. This is an incredible time for Xbox. This is an incredible time for Sarah Bond and Larry Herb and Phil Spencer and Matt Booty and of course Greeny. They've been telling us for years that the change was coming. And that, with these great big ships, it does take some time. But I talked about it before. This is a different Xbox post E3 2018 when they announced all those acquisitions. It has been nonstop. And today is another example of just really dominating the space. I got to bring in Rand Althor. Rand, first of all, brother, I know you have a lot of inside tips. I don't know whether you knew it or you didn't, but for you, as someone that has been covering Xbox for years, how big of a day is the 20th anniversary of the box, the brand, and then they release Halo to close the show?
Thanks for having me on Boom. And I just got to start off by saying I want to give a big shout out to happy birthday to Lord Cognito Tim Dog.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, brother.
I didn't know that. That's awesome.
I think that certifies Tim Dog as the number one Xbox guy because my God, his birthday is on the 20th anniversary. Cog, I'm sorry, you lost. It's Tim Dog.
No. It's Cog.
But yeah, it's good to be here with my buddy Tim. It's been a bit since we podcast together, but
yes. I listen to you guys every week. Love what you guys do at the Xbox 2. You just completely captivate the audience. You guys are just a great pair of dudes, and it's great to have you on tonight, brother.
Yeah, it's good to be here, Mag.
Hi,
doing,
Rand.
Sir. What's going on?
I'm the maid from the Brady Bunch, by the way.
I you get the middle square.
That's right, yeah.
And getting a podcast first time, Wandering Dutch, Asante, and the man I hear so much about all the time, Everborn Saga.
Hey, Rand, we got to talk about the Sanderson books in the Wheel of Time series because I know you finally read them.
Yes.
And we need to talk about that book that was entirely dedicated to like a court case. But
yeah, we do need to talk about that.
But that's for another show.
So today was not a surprise for me, I'll just say.
Okay. I mean, listen, that and you know what, when you have a podcast like the Xbox 2 that is as popular as it is, you do get a lot of inside information. But even though whether you knew or you didn't, right? This was one of the ballsiest things I think Xbox has done under Phil's leadership. Shadow dropping their flagship IP shows confidence. I mean, we all played the flight, right? The last one was amazing. I played for hours upon hours, but to release the beta and then we have it as fans, Rand, until December, until the official launch, tells me the confidence that the team has is through the roof.
Yeah, I wonder how much of this was the original plan. how much they were targeting to get the multiplayer out or the full game. Like, I know when they originally delayed it last year, everybody was like, well, the anniversary is on the 15th, so that would be the perfect time to release the game. And we all thought that. But then they kind of threw that monkey wrench in there with Forza Horizon launching in early November when it normally launches late September, early October.
Yeah.
So I was like, they really going to do that? But with the campaign coming on the 8th, I would say it is a pretty ballsy move because Microsoft has a current big partner of theirs releasing their multiplayer game same week, although they did delay their game first. So, but yeah, it's got to be like weight off shoulders for 343. I mean, did you see Joseph Staten and Tom French, how happy they were to announce like, this is happening? And, I guess you can make the argument that like, how would this have gone over if nobody knew about it, if it hadn't have leaked, earlier or whatever. But a lot of people still didn't even believe it. Right. So yeah, I mean, like, here we are, Forza Horizon comes out like a week later, 9 million players. Who knows what Halo Infinite's going to do? I'm curious to see if it can beat Forza's day one record, right? Remember Phil tweeted out last week that if Forza did 4.5 million,
that's crazy.
I believe it was. Can Halo beat that number, or is Forza going to have the record? And it's killing it on Steam. Wandering Dutch, you've been given the updates. I'm sure it's probably gonna even be higher on the weekend, I would imagine.
231,000 as it stands now, just on Steam. Just on Steam.
With that,
it's like a stockbroker. He's like watching it go up the ticker on his ceiling.
Rand, with that stat though, Forza got that because that was including the early guys, the 2 million early guys that bought it. So So he was basically counting the launch day plus everything before that. So I don't know if we can get the first 24 hours.
It was 1.2 million up until it launched. 1.2 million up until it launched, and the rest.
So I mean, it's. I know I always used to talk to Tim about this because there was a time me and Tim Dog weren't. We were very upset. I was very upset about the state of Xbox, and I would talk to Tim, and I don't know. Here we are, 4 years later, Tim, and Xbox is literally the talk of the town. Like Forza Horizon, dominated. And, there's debates. You guys last week had your show about talking about whether it should be nominated for Game of the Year.
Yep.
You have Halo now, and it's just it's going to dominate as well. Like, Xbox has really put themselves in a great position moving forward with everything they've done to really put themselves back on the map and remove the stigma that a lot of people still have regarding, like, the quality of their games, or Xbox has no games and stuff like that. But like, this is all like a really, really this year has been better than I imagined. I mean, you had Psychonauts 2 drop, which is a Game of Year candidate. You had Age of Empires 4 with good reviews. You had Flight Sim with great reviews. You had Deathloop with an incredible reviews. The last exclusive on PlayStation, an Xbox game, which is kind of funny. And you got Halo and Forza. So what a year it ended up turning out to be. The first 6 months, a little light. There wasn't much for the first 6 months, but the back half was pretty damn good. So 2022 is looking really good. 2023 is looking incredible, like absolutely stellar. And then 2024, Jez tells me all the time, we'll be doing Xbox 2 beforehand, and he just drops all the secrets, and I can't share. And, I'm sworn to silence. I can't. Like, Jez will be like, I got 4 new code names, mate. Like, he's like, oh really? You got 4 new ones, huh? What are they? And he's like, oh, I'll find out. Whatever. So yeah, it's a good time, man.
I'm waiting for the day that you go live by mistake one time.
Trust me, I always make sure that we are not live when we talk about that stuff.
Great.
So yeah, it's I don't know, Boom. I mean, I know how everything going on. How are you feeling?
Well, first of all, I actually had butterflies setting up both shows simply because it was going to be such a monster panel, and you never know how these things are going to go, right? Like, you never know I was in the camp where I really wanted this rumor of Halo to be true for a multitude of reasons. But the two main reasons was that Call of Duty and Battlefield are in bad places. They are in bad places right now. I don't want to say they're on the ropes. Some people, I said it earlier, I don't know if they're necessarily on the ropes, but when you talk about two $70+ games that are a buggy mess that people are complaining on social media about, and now you got Halo, even if it's a beta, to drop and it's free to play. I mean, there's real no competition, and when you couple that with what's going on with Forza, by tomorrow morning they're going to have 9 million players playing this game. That is ridiculous.
Hey, Boom! Just some thought just came to me. So, with COD and Battlefield in the state that they are, right, that leaves Halo as the king of the shooter,
right?
But you know, it's another king or prince of shooters, Doom. You know who owns that now?
Yeah, Microsoft does. Yes, absolutely. Yes.
God damn it.
Yeah, as a matter of fact,
you're going to do this all day, aren't you? You're going to do this the whole time.
It's interesting because tomorrow
the fight is fixed.
Tomorrow on the Xbox Factor podcast, which goes live at noon, we're going to be talking about that. I mean, and this is big news. Any other day, Rand and Tim, we're having podcasts about this. Phil Spencer, in an interview, confirms that Elder Scrolls 6, whenever it releases, guess what, folks? Xbox and PC exclusive. And he goes out of his way to say, well, he's not punishing PlayStation gamers, but it's a business. And I mean, wow, talk about, I mean, it's just a 20th anniversary. You got this console launching. You got the multitude of controllers. You got all this great news. I don't know what to say other than this has been a long time coming. And listen, again, it's great to have you guys here. We are going to come back to you both in a second. Kay Asante, I got to get your opinion. You were right there with us, live on the air when I was yelling yes, yes, yes into the microphone like a lunatic. How do you walk away looking at Xbox now, and what do you think this is going to do to attract new players? Because Tempest Sun said when he in the store, he just randomly started talking to 3 people that were excited about Halo that were there to buy stuff, and these are just randos.
No, 100%. So by the way, if you see me looking up the whole time, it's because I literally went into the back compact catalog and bought about 6 games for the price of one. I did not have some of them in the collection, and now they're on back compact. So they are now purchased and waiting to be downloaded.
And that's the other thing. Now, again, yes. Without the Halo drop, without the 20th anniversary, 76 games, the biggest jump in backwards compatibility could be a podcast on its own.
In and of itself, yes.
What I will say to that, though,
go ahead.
Final note, and obviously Rand's good friend, Jez, and obviously Windows Central Gaming have reported, and obviously it's quietly mentioned, but it's mentioned that they are the final games coming to backwards compatibility.
That is correct. Yes.
Yep, very true. Which I will shed a tear because one of my good friends and also game developer was holding out hope for FIFA Street 2, and that's just never gonna happen.
Damn it!
He literally went and bought an old school console, so he'd get the disc so he could continue playing that game.
Love that.
That will not happen. Yes, but there's a lot on that list. This was a very, like, everyone has made excellent points. This was a very bold move from them. This is a very confidence-inducing move from them. Even if they themselves aren't confident, this move shows the consumers that you can be confident buying in, because they're any other team, any other platform would stage it out, right? You have Forza out here doing ridiculous numbers that you would never thought could do. You might let that breathe a while in fear that you might cannibalize it. No, it's all part of the same platform. Have at it. Have a good time. We'll release the beta. Forza is still at 8-point-something million and still climbing, no doubt. And now y'all can go have fun here as well. It really produces a lot of confidence in me, at least as a consumer, saying, hey, the rest of the year is looking very bright. And as Tim Dog pointed out, I have been a huge Gunk player.
Me too.
Like, I've been looking forward to it for so long.
Yeah.
And we were going back and forth. I think Everborn, you and I had that conversation. All it takes is one bad QA test, and that thing gets pushed into 2022.
Yeah.
By all accounts, it's coming. You know what I mean? Why would you release that now after all these? Hey, that's the confidence-inducing part, right? They're just dropping them all in there. When can you play it? Whenever you feel like it. They don't need your dollars right now. They just need that library packed. So whenever you feel like getting to it, it'll be there waiting for you. And if you're not playing,
they already have
somebody
your
else
dollars
will
if
be.
you're in Game Pass, right?
That's right. They already have your money. That's right.
Play it when you want to.
Indeed. So I'm quite happy where I'm sitting with Game Pass and with Xbox as a whole. That meme that runs around all day saying on Xbox we eat, and then you see the kid eating a whole bunch of. That's where we are right now. You know what I'm saying? We're sitting there stuffing our faces with his hat on. Exactly. You know what I'm talking about, Tim.
That's a great one.
That's the only thing I can think of right now because it's bananas today. They just drop one and another, and the news is building. It's a great time to be a person who plays on this platform. Not to say that the other platforms are like losing it. Third party is everywhere, right? People are still playing games and whatnot. It's fine, but it's been a long time coming for these guys to really just drive the point home that it's not just about the infrastructure, which is there. It's not just about all the wonderful features that keep your games wherever you go and all that. Now it's also about the games themselves, right? They're giving you the best of the old games, and they're also starting to give you the best of the new games. So I for one am very, very happy with how it turned out today, and I think this will go a long way in changing that narrative and what you see in the news, right? We always complain about how certain outlets like to pile on, right? But clearly they're piling on in any direction they can. And if the good news keeps piling, as you can see. There's no other news besides Xbox news on there in certain places now, right?
And whether you spell it frontwards or backwards is trending. Halo's
exactly.
Trending. Xbox 20 is trending.
Yeah. To your point, Asante, what I was saying about IGN, if you rewound the clocks of 2 years ago on IGN, what would you get? You would get the direct opposite, right? I mean, I understand it. I mean, it's a media outlet at some point. But if you look right now, like I said, you could scroll down to your fingers and numb. You will not find an article that does not have the name Xbox in it. And their videos and their interviews and their little, the little like vlogs they do and all that, they're all Xbox.
Yep. All they need to do now, all we need now is December 8th to come and somebody from the media, whichever outlet it may be, that goes, okay, I played that campaign and it's at least a 9. And it's over. That's all that needs to happen at this point.
IGN did play 4 hours and they said it was
amazing. And they came out very confident, very, very happy, right? They walked in skeptical, came out very, very happy. So all the things are lining up. It's all lining up.
I need everybody to understand that when the campaign comes out and it does what we think it's going to do, and it might be the Halo that has the most players of all time.
Yep.
It may end up making the most money of all time with the way they've set up their microtransactions and everything. And it may be higher rated than, potentially Guardians, potentially higher rated than Halo 4. Who knows? But if it's anywhere between 85 and 90, I need everyone to understand that I am going to be unbearable.
Yeah, no, we can't wait for it.
Not. Oh my God!
You don't want to be anywhere on a podcast.
I have a hit list.
I'd sign for an 86.
You think 86 at least? There you go.
Honestly, I think the multiplayer is gonna weigh good on it. It'll give the reviewers a long time to play it and to appreciate it. And then the campaign, I think that what I think is you'll probably get like some people that love it. Old fans love it like 100%. I heard it's very like to the roots. But you could see people criticizing it too. I could see people going after some of the graphics,
missing co-op.
You could take some points off here and there. But I don't think it's going to be enough. If it gets 86, 87, he's everyone's totally right. It's that's where you want to be.
Yeah.
I mean, if you get anything higher than 87, I'm like ecstatic. Because and it is an improvement from 5, which was what, 83?
84. So for
84.
me, it is a win if it scores anything higher than Halo 5, because that shows us going in the right direction, and it's only up from there. But like I said, all the people that were concerned trolling in the spaces and the articles and all those things, going to be a lot. I'm just saying, I'm going to send out a lot of eyeball emojis.
Yeah, and you know what? We certainly can't wait for that. I do want to bring Tempest Son into the conversation. Tempest, before I do it, just got to catch up with some of the super chats. Bunty, who's been a member of the channel, says, "What's up, Boom and Panel? I get to watch you live. I've been a Destiny player for 7 years, and I'm done. Here comes Halo." Eagles fan 76, good friend of the show. He drops a $5 super chat and says, "Spaces today. Phil lies and says he wouldn't launch Halo separately, and I'm glad. Way to put it to a buggy mess. Call of Duty and Battlefield 2042. Xbox is feeling it." Gerald Mack says this. Here comes the boom. Looking forward to Max Payne 3. Oh, dude, I cannot wait. That was one I was waiting for, and
I just bought that right now.
I bought it before. I bought it before. Splendiferous drops a $2 super chat and says, "We got Max Payne, man. So happy." See, Max Payne, big series.
Max Payne
Beanie
3,
Gaming drops
First
a $5
one's
super
one
chat.
of the best I've ever played. One of the best in my game, maybe my best game ever.
Yes.
The first one.
Yeah, the first one was a
Unbelievable. With the baby.
Oh,
With the
man.
baby, that's all you need to know.
Yeah, masterpiece, and now it's got a FPS boost, and what could you say? I think it's $15 if you want the original on the store. Corbini Gaming drops a $5 super chat and says 4K 60 on my GTX 1080 over 100 frames per second in 1440p max setting. Love Halo so far. Lucius Augustus drops a $5 super chat and says, all love to the panel. Absolutely amazing day. Every member on this panel has my utter respect, and I hope you all have a great week, a Halo week. Well, we love you, brother. Thank you, Augustus. Definitely appreciate you being here. We also have, Tay Talks, who's going to be a guest in the coming weeks, drops a £2 super chat and says, agreeing with Mag a lot here. Dope commentary.
Thank you, sir.
Let's see. We got Spartan Ghost drops a £2 super chat and says, "This is great. Pegasus Court is assembling in the background. Hashtag salty." Danny Passion Official dropped a $5 super chat and says, "I'm not a Halo fan, and I'm loving Halo Infinite multiplayer. Now I can say that I'm a fan." Oh boy! See, I knew it. I knew it all along.
The Pegasus is here, folks. Coming for Rand.
This is why you were in the middle.
Me? What did I do?
Well, you know what you did.
They're coming for Everborn.
Yeah, seriously, they are on the list.
I gotta see that passes the buck. You can't trust them, Everborn. Don't trust Rand. I've done shows with him. He'll throw you right under the bus.
Right. JC Claremore drops a $2 super chat and says, "Can you smell what the Rand is cooking?" Indeed, we can, and it's tasty. Raiden Blade drops a £5 super chat and says, "Stopping by to show my support. Too many podcasts surrounding Xbox today. Just waiting for Halo to download. Halo is king on Steam at the moment in rank number 1. Let's see. We got Wise Old Gamer says,
oh boy,
need a Halo condom so I can finish the fight." And
Wise Old Gamer never misses.
No, he never does. He's great. Raiden Blade drops an additional £5 super chat and says, "Guardians at the moment is low sales. Another Marvel title failing, and I can only blame one company, Digital Foundry. The game was doing great until Digital Foundry." Yeah, it's going to be in my top 10. It's if you didn't play Guardians, I don't know if what Digital Foundry said would ruin it for you. I love it. I think it's a masterpiece.
If you let Digital Foundry's review ruin Guardians of the Galaxy for you, I feel sorry for the human race.
It's a great game. It's fantastic. The writing is James Gunn level good. That's how good it is. Raiden Blade drops an additional £2 super chat and says, "Digital Foundry killed Guardians." Yeah, that's a shame. But Tempest, I got to go to you next because you talked about something super early in the conversation. You are a Battlefield guy, right? Tempest, you there, brother? Or maybe he stepped away. You know what? Let's bring in Everborn Saga. We'll get back to Tempest Son. You might have some family stuff. Tempest, Everborn, just go crazy because that's what you want to do. I mean, this is the day of days. I mean, what can I say? You were unhinged the other day. People loved it. You're going to be unhinged now. You know,
let me go grab the popcorn real quick.
Remove the hinge. Come on, go ahead.
I turned into the white lady that was pulling down the curtains in the meeting. No, but it's not even just Halo, right? When we talk about the proverbial boot being on the proverbial neck, right? Like, so we know that there's a big February coming, but does anybody remember Crossfire X?
Yes. Yeah.
Does anybody remember Exo Mecha?
Yes, that is coming also, which looks amazing, by the way.
Right, and so there's all of these, and obviously Stalker 2, right? So we have all of these things that are happening, and it's going to be month after month after month after month, and there are these huge titles coming, but sorry about the Guardians of the Galaxy thing. I don't think it was. I think it's actually Halo and Forza that killed Guardians of the Galaxy. Because if you notice when Forza dropped, that is like literally when everybody stopped talking about Guardians.
I mean,
right?
You could argue that it's also Marvel's Avengers that killed that because nobody wants to give them another chance, even though they deserve to, because that game is brilliant. But
the initiative gave him another chance. I'm talking about
true.
But that again, story for another day. No, I think this was great, man. And one thing I did not like about today's show, they showed the birth of the Xbox. They showed when The Rock was out there with Bill Gates. They omitted it doesn't matter what you think.
Yeah. They forgot that part.
Bill Gates, man. That's the part great. I was looking for.
Yeah,
I remember watching that live. And I feel like it is a pivotal part of Xbox history, and they took it out. So they were too scared to show it, man. Yeah, man. One thing I do want to say about Halo, though, if you're gonna play it on PC, and I have a 3080, whatever, but I'm not a PC gamer. But I was in the office today, not like physically in the office, but in my home office, and I was like, I cannot wait. I can't wait for after work. So I downloaded it on PC. The one from the Windows, the Xbox app or the Windows Store, don't download that one.
It's heavier than the one on Steam.
You have to get it from Steam. The frame rate is way lower, way less stable from the one in the Xbox Store. So I don't know what they're doing there.
Yep, true.
But no, man, when you think, and it's not even just Forza and Halo, right? Think of the last 6 months that we've had, right? Think of how everybody was going crazy when Flight Sim came out, right? Think about how everybody was going all the Game of the Year talk for Psychonauts 2, right? And then, you know, obviously Death's Door is still an exclusive right now. Let's be clear. Yeah. But Death's Door, which is my Game of the Year so far. Yeah. So this is what I'm saying. We got Death's Door. We got Psychonauts 2. We got
everyone seems to forget The Ascent.
Dude, I literally was just going to say The Ascent.
12 minutes.
Still got to play that. I got 12 minutes fire.
12 minutes is definitely, amazing. I think, even though it had amazing. It was a new concept. It was a new type of game. I never played a game like that.
Right. That was one of the most unique experiences I've gotten this year. 12 minutes. So and I'm not into Back 4 Blood, but people were playing that for a little while, right? But
Back 4 Blood's a big deal. It's in Game Pass. It's literally Left 4 Dead. I mean, it's a little different. Sure, you know, they got the cars and different things, but dude, it's crazy how many games.
No, but so that's the thing, right? These last 6 months, it is just a taste of what is to come, right? Because 2022 will be the same thing all the way up to because people say, oh, there's nothing coming until summer with Redfall, but no, Stalker 2, Crossfire X, and Exo Mecha will come before to lead you up to Redfall, and then they'll have another summer of things, and then we'll get Starfield at the end of the year in 2022. So
and
it doesn't stop.
We're still getting the next Forza.
That too.
Exactly.
Right. So this. Oh, Scorn. Somebody just said in the chat. Scorn.
Scorn.
That's
dope,
so like
by the way. Yeah.
all of these things, and then like we said, even the gunk. So this doesn't stop. If you like rip your backlog, right? Think about it. Like I could not. No, I'm being serious now, right? Like I was trying to hold out. I was not going to get Guardians of the Galaxy, and then I got FOMO'd into buying it because I kept seeing all of these screens and everybody talking about Plague's Tale Requiem.
Yes.
So
I honestly don't have enough time in the world to play all these games.
But this is what I'm saying. Like all these things are happening, and it's one after the other. And so if you happen to have a job, you're either going to get fired or some things are going to get banished to the backlog, right? So I'm just a little bit into Guardians of the Galaxy, and then Forza drops, and I'm just starting to get into Forza, and now this multiplayer drops, and then I'm going to be into the multiplayer, and then the campaign is going to drop, and then as soon as I'm done with the campaign, I mean, I'm going to have to play it again on Legendary, but after I do that, then the gunk is going to be out, and before you know it, forget about it. I should delete Guardians of the Galaxy now. I'll install it in 2023. When things slow down,
and what's interesting
slow down.
What's slowing down? What's very interesting to your point is something that Rand said. See, now Rand, I want to bring you back in on the conversation, and we're going to bring Tem Dog, and then we'll get Tempest and Cyber on the conversation. Rand, you are privy to some things that we're not, and we're not asking you for that.
Oh, come on, I wouldn't say that, Boom.
No, but you do have somewhat of an inkling when you see the end of 2021. When you think about what 2022 is going to be, and Xbox is going to have a monster year, not saying that Sony isn't, not saying Nintendo isn't, right? But Xbox, from what we know, is going to have another monster year, but it's not going to be just the first 6 months missing. It's going to run through the whole year, like everyone was saying. Then you start talking 2023 and 2024. It is like the dam has exploded open with first party, and they haven't even finished buying studios to add to XGS. I mean, how can the competition keep up?
I don't know. I want to ask Everborn and Keasante, when are they buying Warner Brothers?
I still think that they are, but that's just
not before they buy Sega.
No, here we go.
I love the Sega slander.
I see he's changed his name back. It used to be Everborn Sega.
Oh no, it's that. It's that on Twitter. It's not that.
Oh Lord, we shall see, man. We shall see. I at this point, I put nothing above or beyond anybody. But we know what you're doing there, Randall Thor 19. You liquor up your buddy and then get him to spill the secrets, and then you don't tell the rest of us. That's what's going on, my friend.
Deep Play 619 also talked about Tunic. Forgot about that game. Tunic.
Oh, yes.
Yes. You see what I'm talking about?
Yes. And I've played like
Tunic
3 different demos of Tunic, and it's amazing.
Door,
yes.
Right?
That door kind of ate Tunic's lunch a little bit, I think, because that's the same kind of.
It doesn't matter. You're gonna have that too. You're gonna have that death's door itch next year, and Tunic is gonna be right there to scratch it.
True. Very true. Very true.
Pause.
Well, I agree. Tim, listen, I don't know how much longer we have you, brother. I just want to get your final point on this. I mean, you have been talking about this for years on RDX, that the onslaught of games was coming, and it appears that you and many of us who have been reading the tea leaves, so to speak, watching the stars line up. I don't think anyone could stop Xbox. I think Xbox Game Studio has secretly and in everyone's face become the most dominant studio in gaming. What are your thoughts?
Listen, I think that today was a ever-telling day of just like everything. Like, did you guys see the studio when they went to that guy Staten and the guy I forgot his name, but do you see how many people were in there?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You know, and that's the thing. They're growing and growing. And listen, it sounds like Phil definitely is on the prowl for some more. It looks like he wants kids games, which I can understand. You got to bring that to the platform, especially you just got to have kids on board. So I think he's looking for something like a Roblox or something in the start of it, but try to catch on. But there's more studios coming down. But what they have right now, let's be honest, is really solid.
Yeah.
The Starfield is huge. They have so many games, and the thing is now you have this thing with Sarah Bond emerging, where she's like the global arm, and she could get really big deals. And the deal with Sega was genius. Basically they're saying let's make games with the cloud in mind, and let's harness it. Let's bring that to the gamer experiences they've never seen before. She did that deal, and then she has listen. How many projects? Project Randall 4 is my next one coming out.
Tim, to your point, every time Sarah Bonds comes in the screen now, I'm always excited now. It's like she's gonna.
You know what? I have a new name for.
Very
Sarah
true.
Bond.
I thought we were gonna get something crazy from her. Like today, I thought they were gonna. When she was on, I was like, "Oh, I can feel like something dropping right now." Like she's gonna have her moment too. That's gonna come. They'll leave an announcement for her where can knock the socks off, so they say. But it's like you get that feeling from her. Like when I was watching tonight, I was like, "Oh shit, something might drop here."
Hey Tim. We got a new name for Sarah Bond. We call her the closer.
Yes, indeed.
Yes.
Indeed. I love it. Tempest, we got your back, brother.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we do. We can,
Good.
brother. I want to bring you in on the conversation because you are a monster Battlefield guy, and you have been trying your damnedest to play this game, and obviously for it's a game that it's hidden behind a paywall. Call of Duty hidden behind a paywall. Both games not doing well, not reviewing well. A lot of people having problems with it, and here comes the little guy that time forgot. Master Chief, Halo multiplayer. The beta drops, and they do it in such a sly way. Oh, we had the 3 flightings. We're going to give you the beta. And you got that for 3 months until December. Then you get the campaign, and then you get the other 13 maps. How big of a deal was today for Microsoft? I mean, how big of a line in the sand did they make?
Well, I know it was leaked, but I mean, if it wasn't, it would have been completely out of nowhere. So it would have that kind of like Apex effect, but even beyond that, because this is Halo, this is more of a storied franchise. It's Master Chief. The actual event hit me good. It wasn't overdone. It was a very tight, compact. They said what they had to say, some feel good moments in there. And I've been there the whole 20 years, so seeing all that stuff again was crazy. And then, I got a little choked up when it came time for the Halo thing. I mean, the orchestra thing. I was hoping they wouldn't end it there. I had that worry too. I know you said that, Boom.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, when the orchestra went, that was phenomenal. But then when I saw Jason Statham, I was like, oh, this is it. This has to be it. So no, it's awesome. And listen, I am playing Battlefield. Not anymore, probably, but at least for a while. But I was playing it, and it's okay. I lied to you, Boom. I ended up playing a game against bots because I couldn't. I had to try, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
47born supports it. Unbelievable.
Everyone's smiling from year to year.
Okay, but listen. I played hours by now. On Xbox and on PC of Battlefield. I gave it the good old college effort, and I already listed the reasons why I don't like it, but the jank, I already got killed by a hacker, clear as day. He was like machine gunning a sniper rifle. I've never seen anything so stupid. All kinds of stuff. And I played 2 seconds of Halo, and I was floored. It feels so good. Like right. Halo 5, I don't think ever got enough credit for being a phenomenally playing game. And this blows it out of the water. I don't know how they did it. The the slide into the jump. I mean, the mantling, all of it feels so good. My stock settings for the mouse and keyboard felt perfect right out of the box, like no tinkering with it. The aiming felt good. Some of the weapons, the ones I got to play with, were awesome. The sound just, it's stupid. It's so good. So it's just, you know, I'm used to being a Battlefield guy, thinking that they were the pinnacle of graphics, the pinnacle of sound, pinnacle of everything. You know, like to me, Call of Duty couldn't touch Battlefield the 10-foot pole. And just in this brief moment, I'm like, dude, this is 10 out of 10 top quality. This is like quadruple A like stuff right here. Like it doesn't get any better than the sound and the gameplay and stuff. And this isn't the wonderful campaign too. If it plays like this, but in the campaign, I mean, the only thing that could break the campaign at this point is if the AI are just really stupid. But, you know, I don't feel that because I played with Spartan bots, man, and they were doing everything I see actual people doing. So they have that unlocked.
What force you to play as the pilot?
Say what? Hey, you remember Mass Effect 2? That was one of the coolest parts of Mass Effect 2 when you played as Joker. But no, anyway. But yeah, it's listen, man. There was a lot of crap going on. People downplaying this every time they lost a game director or you name it. It was the sky is falling. You know, 343 is doomed. You know, for the most part, I kind of just shut my mouth. I was like, well, let's wait and see, because I always thought Halo 5 played great. And this is such an incredible first impression it left on me. The Battle Pass, I looked through the stuff that you earn through the Battle Pass, and it looks like cool, fun stuff, you know, and it's all cosmetic. So it's a great start, man. Kudos to 343 and Xbox for just doing this. I mean, it's a free, I don't know. It just blows me away. It's free. Just hop on and play it. Like I have a bunch of friends and family I haven't played games with in forever. I'm getting text messages. Hey, did you download Halo yet? I'm like, yeah, been there, done that. You know? So it's awesome. Just hats off to Xbox, you know, golf clap. It's awesome. So
yeah.
Hey,
first of all, who bought the Battle Pass, the Extreme one? I did.
Yeah, I got the bundle for the wife, and then I got the normal one. So, but
you know what? How much I paid? Not a damn cent. I used Microsoft. That's
Microsoft
right.
Rewards.
That's
baby.
right, bro.
Yep.
Microsoft Rewards paid for it, and I skipped 25 levels, and I got all my gear, and I can't wait to start messing around.
Real quick, last thing. I'm on a 1080, GTX 1080, not even a Ti.
How's it running? Yeah, how's it running? For
awesome. I'm doing. It's to my surprise, I thought I was going to have to knock it down to 1080p. I didn't. I'm at 1440p, and it's above 60. Now, I only played like a game or two against bots, so I don't know what big team battle's going to do. But so far, it's running great, and I was worried about it, but no, it's running great. So, yeah.
Very cool. You're lower than the recommended spec, but you're still getting all the benefits. That's great.
That's awesome. So, Cybernox, let's get your opinion on this, brother. And then we're going to bring a big question to our guests and then to the panel, because I don't know how much longer we have them for. But Cyber, what a day for Xbox. What a day to be an Xbox fan, a Halo fan, a Forza fan. This was a day that we've all expected. We all knew that it could happen. I don't think that any of us are ever going to forget the 20th anniversary of Xbox. I think that this is the Halo drop at the end was the cherry on top of this incredible Banana Boat Sunday. And I don't necessarily know if this dessert could have gotten any better.
Well, it wouldn't be right if I didn't start like this. So cover your ears, baby.
He's still going.
He's good.
He's been replaying Halo CE, so I think he's still got it in him right
We've
now.
all done it. We've done it maybe in private.
Only on this show.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Low clap for
Yeah, let's go home.
Hey, go
I'm
somewhere.
kidding.
I don't care.
Cyber, we're playing after the show anyway.
First of all, I gotta defend myself here a little bit too. I wasn't ready for this wide shot upgrade that we got. I didn't get the memo, so you know disregard this area right here.
Oh,
Just talk to
calm
my
down.
Spartans back here. We're good. But yeah, man, what a day, huh? And what a difference a few months makes. I remember us here a few months ago talking about there were rumors, speculations that the multiplayer might drop by itself. The campaign might, be separate from the multiplayer might be separate from the campaign. They might drop off at separate times. And we were all a little bit worried. I can say maybe not all of us. I was a little bit worried that, hey, maybe that can affect Halo. It can affect how people look at it. Is it there going to be certain story elements that are going to be introduced in the multiplayer that can potentially spoil the campaign? And you know what? We learned today that nothing mattered.
It doesn't matter, like The Rock. That's right.
Exactly, bro. It doesn't matter because as soon as Halo Infinite, and I sent it to you guys in the private group first because I was actually talking to my uncle and I was just like, oh, let me search. I was talking to him about the Halo Infinite console and I searched about it and it was before the show. And I sent it to you guys in the group. I was like, why am I Googling this? And it's saying releases November 15th. Like it was already like official. And I was just like, wait a second, what's going on here? Because you guys know I've been having a crazy busy week, So I was man, by that point, like my brain was going at 1,000 miles an hour and my fingers couldn't keep up and I was tweeting. I was just like, wait, what's going on? Like, is it really coming out today? So man, it was really exciting. It was exciting to see the way the video, the montage that they made for the 20th anniversary of
very
Xbox.
well done.
Very well done. Yeah. Production was key.
Looking forward to that documentary, by the way.
Documentary.
Yeah, it looks good.
Yeah, it looks amazing. I loved how they acknowledged their mistakes throughout the whole thing. They acknowledged the red ring of death. Yep. They acknowledged it was a challenge, that there weren't people on board, but how everything came together. I love that. I love there. There's like we're learning. This is a progression. This is a team effort. We're learning as we go, and we are here. This is one thing that I will mention about Xbox, and I've mentioned it here on the show. It is my preferred platform, but if you're a gamer out there, you see that they are for the gamers. They're doing everything they can so you're able to play your games anywhere at any pretty much all platforms that they can reach out to. But yeah, it was very well done, man. I'm so happy that Halo actually dropped today. Everybody seems everybody's so excited about this, kind of like exactly like Tempest said. People were hitting me up, friends I haven't talked to in a couple of weeks. Hey man, did you hear about this Halo? Like should I buy it? I was just like, first of all, you can definitely buy it, but there's a couple of things have changed since last time you played. Like you have Game Pass now, the multiplayer is free to play. This got people talking from like all sorts of corners of the world, let's say, of your friendships. But yeah, man, it was really well done. I'm very excited. I haven't had a chance to play yet. It's downloading on I have it downloaded on my PC and my Series X, so I can't wait to get my hands on it, man. It's gonna
quick question, Cyber.
Yeah.
You're going through all of the and shout out to Xbox Game Pass Club if you're not checking it out. They had a really awesome run last night. Him and Mag, it was really cool. I was watching.
That was great.
He started busting rhymes, man. You should hear the Mag rap. It's amazing. Anyway, are you going to continue and finish your run, or are you going to jump?
I have to.
You're going to finish the run?
I need that lore.
Cool.
I need that lore,
Cool.
So, yeah, absolutely. We've been doing it on
Shout
Legendary.
out to you, Cyber. I couldn't go back and do it.
You gotta come on and
I had a blast doing it last night, man. It was
fun. It's not that. It's that my Game Pass backlog is now worse than my Netflix backlog.
100%. We've talked about it here before.
There's no time.
Real quick, gentlemen.
Go ahead.
Yeah, real quick. Forza Horizon official Twitter account just dropped an awesome nugget. Celebrate 20 years of Xbox in Forza Horizon 4 and Forza Horizon 5. Whether you're first in Forza or 12th, the Xbox 20 livery is for you. Download it from your inbox. They're giving away the Porsche 918 Spider with the Xbox 20th anniversary paint job. It looks nice, dope, by the way. And that comes to us. Keo Walker dropped that into the DM. So Keo, thank you for that, brother. But continue.
Yeah, so all I was saying, and to Everborn's point, is just we talked about our backlogs back then when games were just starting to drop on Game Pass, and we jokingly said, RIP your backlog. Like this, it just increases your backlog, tenfold, because there's so many games. You only have a certain amount of time during the day, and if you have all your other life duties, you just don't have enough time. Right now you have to literally pick and choose exactly, and there's some games that you said, hey, I'll play you when I play you if I can get my hands on you. But today was a big day for Xbox. Huge win. I think they hit all the right notes throughout the day, and like they said, they're killing Steam records right now. I think Dutch was mentioning the numbers. I think Halo Infinite multiplayer is already the highest Xbox Game Studio game on
by
there.
a long shot. By a long shot.
Yeah,
it's currently at 250,000 now.
Oof, so it's just gonna keep going. It's just gonna keep growing. So yeah, man, I'm amazing. It's an amazing time to be a gamer. Happy birthday, Lord Cognito, Tim Dog. I don't know if this guy's birthday, man. Happy birthday to you guys, and also
what a pair of guys that share the same birthday on top of Xbox. That's awesome.
Exactly. And we also glad to be here on tonight's shows with the man.
You guys are great. The show's fun.
So it's good.
You know what, Tim? Before we get you on out of here, brother, because I know you only had some time. I want to ask this question of you and Rand, and of course, and I'll round robin the rest of the panel, because obviously, you guys are special guests. Tim, your opinion on the future of Xbox? Have they cemented a potential domination of next gen with today's showing? Was today the start of a new for Xbox leading the charge in next gen?
Well, after experiencing the show, and seeing everything, I gotta agree. It is on its dominant path right now.
Yeah.
Would
you consider this to be as good, potentially even better than the 360 era?
Oh yeah, I think it's better than 360 era right now. It's just different, console was the only metric. Now there's just so many other metrics, but Game Pass being one of them. This is the happiest time I feel for Xbox. Yes, right now. Now listen, if it doesn't translate in sales, then who knows? But I just feel that they have to be taking some share back right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
After all, they do a good job too. It's not like they're they had an incredible 6 months. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
And then they're gonna have Stalker, and the people are talking about Stalker being candidate for Game of the Year, graphically, amazing. And then they have Starfield as a closer. Who knows about Hellblade? Could still come next year. And that game, that's one game. I'm looking forward to that game. For graphics, gears. I'm looking for the Wu-Tang Gang Project Shalom.
Yes, I'm very excited for that, dude. Yes.
Listen, I don't care. It doesn't have to be AAA. It just has to be make it, like Wu-Tang. Just make it like Wu-Tang. You could just be good graphics. It could be AA graphics in my opinion. It doesn't have to be AAA, huge scaling world.
The game is fun to play, Tim, right? Does it matter? As long as the game is fun to play.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. I just want that game to be good, because that one's it's a collection of developers that I think they worked on another game, but they're pretty acumen. They're not like they could possibly make a good game. Yeah, I'm looking really forward to that. But overall, I just listen, we're basking in it right now. This is we've been on the shows when nobody liked Xbox, and there's nobody listening. Now you have people listening. You have people's ear. Everyone has people's ear, because it's just like my followers. I noticed when Xbox is good, that's when my followers go up. When it was horrible, it was stagnant. You know what I mean? It still went up, but I just feel like this wave of market share coming back to Xbox, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You gotta see how the quarter builds out, but if they probably can't keep up with what the chips they're going to be. There's no buying these Xboxes.
Yeah, I definitely think you're onto something, Tim. But listen, Tim, honestly, we got to get you back sooner than later. This was Great to have you a part of something so special. I'm honored to have you here today. Thank you, brother. Definitely appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
And, enjoy the rest of your night,
Happy
brother.
birthday, brother.
Happy
birthday.
Thank you.
Happy birthday, buddy.
Happy birthday. Rand, I want to bring you in on the conversation, and I talked about this in the opening. As a fan of yours who looks forward to the Xbox 2 every week, not just because Jez gets all the information. It really is the way you guys power going back off each other. It's a fun show. It's a fun show to listen to. As someone that has and you have such a special place with Xbox. You're the man with the million. You did that at E3. I don't think anyone else can say that, right? And that is special. As someone that has seen the real low points, are we seeing the highest of the highs for Xbox? What is your opinion on the future of the brand?
Come on, you can admit that everybody here tunes in to hear Jez read his Manscaped.
Manscaped ad, of course.
Reason Xbox.
We haven't heard enough filmic in quite some time.
I come to the Xbox 2 every week to hear you push back on this mayonnaise foolishness.
Oh, and he took the words right out of my mouth. I was
I'm
about to say that right after you.
We know Meg is there for the mayonnaise, right?
Well, you saw what I did to you last time we did a show. That whole tablespoon of mayonnaise on a cracker. Just
aren't you there for the fletching or whatever it is?
Mayonnaise. I'm sorry.
Let's not get into that, please. Thank you.
I can't take it.
So I honestly think the best is yet to come, personally. This year ended up being up pretty damn good, but when I project forward, I think 2023 was where their vision fully starts and begins. Where they're going to start dropping a game every quarter like they planned on. So this is kind of like the ramp up. I think it was a smart decision to delay Halo from the launch of last year to this year, with the consoles being the shortage that they have. You didn't really need Halo at launch. You didn't really need anything really because you couldn't get the consoles. So it's better served this year because the game's going to be better for it. You can pair it up with Forza.
Hey, Rand, I just had a thought, and I know only you will get this, but Phil and Joseph Staten saw the reveal last year. And they pulled a Green Knight, and they said 1 year hence.
No.
I'm gonna take the heads.
That didn't end so well. It didn't end so well for the Green Knight.
So yeah, I think the Halo Forza combo is going to do a lot for Game Pass. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if we get them announcing 30 million subscribers for Game Pass. Mm-hmm. Maybe after Halo launches officially.
Yes.
Or they could just wait till they report on the October, November, December financials sometime next year.
In January, it's usually mid-January when we get those numbers.
When did they give the 18 million number? Because I'm gonna
April.
assume
it was like April of last year.
Was it really that late? I thought it was
no. I think it was January. April was when Jez had leaked the 22 number. So it was either December
April was when. The funny thing about that was Jez, he was wrong. He leaked the number and then he was like, I think I made a mistake. And I'm like, well, show me what you had. And he showed me what he had. And I'm like, yeah, you read this completely wrong.
But didn't he leak 23 and then corrected it to 22, or was even the 22 wrong?
He leaked 23 and it wasn't. I don't know if he knew what the real number was at that point back in April, but he says now he's saying it's somewhere around 25, in between 25 and 30. So we'll see. They'll probably, I think they would want to announce that as alongside Halo. It'd be interesting to see what Forza and Halo do for Game Pass, because you're talking about like two behemoths, right? Yeah. Now you can throw in Forza with like alongside the Call of Duties. Now, like a racing game is played by 9 million people in a week. What other game does that? Like besides like the super big ones, like nothing, none of them. TG the Game Wars should be good. We're gonna see Hellblade 2.
Yep.
Probably see another game from Xbox as well, maybe 3. And yeah, like 2022 should be pretty good, but 2023 is where like truly the vision begins for the 23 studios they have, and probably more they'll get sometime next year, right? Because acquisition season. I remember everyone tells me it's acquisition season for everybody except Xbox.
Right. Yeah. It's funny. It's funny because what you're saying, Rand, essentially is that Xbox in 2023 could logistically have Sony 2018, where they had all of those monster first party games come out and completely dominate sales. And at that point, what is Game Pass at? Is it at 40 million? Is it at 50 million? Is it at 60 million at this point? And they haven't even, at this point, remember, they have, again, let's just say for shits and giggles, it's 25. It's probably close to 30. But what's interesting is their two biggest bangers just came out. One, which has 9 million players, because someone had put it in the chat, like 8,858,000 something or other. It'll be 9 million by the morning. And now you have this Halo Infinite free to play, and it's free to play to everyone, so it doesn't affect Game Pass. But when the campaign comes out, we could see numbers of 30 million. This is just two bangers, Rand.
Yeah. What happens when Starfield comes out?
Yes.
Right,
Yeah.
the next Bethesda, and then like I know you guys aren't talking about it today, but Phil. Well, you kind of did mention it, but
yeah. Talk about
Phil was like, "Hey, Elder Scrolls 6."
Yes.
Even though the conversation regarding Bethesda games, we know what it is. It's their exclusive. It's got to come out and say it, because there are some people out there that don't truly understand it, and it will be with Elder Scrolls when they finally understand the true impact.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, like, what a turnaround, to go from like 2017. I was thinking like, I don't even know if Xbox is going to be around for next gen, to like, turning everything around, Game Pass, all these studios, all these games, like they got so much in the pipeline. It's just like, you couldn't have asked for a better turnaround. Sure, some people, you could argue, you could make an argument that maybe it took too long to do it. Which if you felt like that, then hey, your prerogative. You can go elsewhere and wait till everything gets situated. But I'm currently very happy with the state of Xbox and the future that they're going. And you know what I want to see more of? I want to see more of Everborn and more Twitter Spaces, just giving it to people. That's what I want to see.
Oh, you don't got to tell him to do that. He is going to be giving it to people.
And when's the next magnificent production coming, Mag? Come on, I need my Mag fix on Twitter.
I have one coming, but I had to pause. But I also had I can't talk about it, okay? But it's all in this brain. I just can't talk about it, but it's coming soon. I got another one.
Mag just turned so Hollywood. He's like, I can't talk to you.
No, I don't want to spoil it. I don't want to spoil it. Listen, the thing is, I don't want to sound like that kind of snob. I get people hitting me up and they're like,
I'm going to start calling Mag Mr. Davenport.
Oh my God. When they ask me, what do you think I'm going to answer them? Like one of those Hollywood, be like, when the inspiration hits, then you'll just get it, okay? You wait. And I'm not like that.
Bitches, please.
It's all about the timing. And I got all this stuff lined up. And it's just the timing.
Mag, the timing is now. Halo Infinite is live.
I know, buddy. Don't worry about it.
The timing is now. You can't wait on this. Come on. We need it.
We can't wait. We can't wait. Well, listen, Rand, obviously, brother, it's great to work with you again. Honor to have you a part of today's big show. One of the biggest I've ever put together. And dude, I don't think you need to tell anyone about about your content, but if people don't know who Randall Thor, the man with $1 million, is, where could they find you, brother? And where could they subscribe to your ridiculous amount of subscribers to your YouTube channel?
Yeah, thanks for having me on, Boom. It was a great being here with you, and first time with almost like everybody on this panel except for the Mag. I do Xbox 2 podcasts every Friday or Saturday. Videos throughout the week on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/RandallThor19. I'd appreciate if you go check out the channel and subscribe. If you feel so inclined. If you don't, hey, that's cool. I don't expect everybody to like everything I do. So. But yeah, thanks for having me on, Boom, Dutch, Asante, Everborn, Cybernox, Mag, Tempest Sun. I'm sure we'll probably get some games in of Halo soon enough, right?
Absolutely,
because me and Everborn, we gotta talk because
yes,
I finished Wheel of Time, right? I finished Mistborn. I'm currently reading Robin Hobb's Elderling series.
Did you get to the Stormlight Archive yet?
I bought all of Stormlight Archive, but I haven't started it.
I just started Rhythm of War. It came out like a couple of, I don't know, like almost a year now, but I haven't been able to get into it because I've been spending too much time trying to tackle my goddamn backlog.
Yeah,
but that's the next one I'm on.
But we're gonna have to talk about this and the Wheel of Time show. Which
hey, Rand, is it true that you're gonna eat a little bit a spoon of mayo?
No, I'm
if
not
you
doing
hit
that.
100K. Is that?
100? Yeah, 100K subscribers. Maybe I get on camera.
Okay.
Maybe I eat some mayo and puke my guts out. Who knows? But that the way it's going
I think
right now,
maybe depending the kind of mayo you have.
Rand, don't do the mayo. You're gonna hit 100,000 either way. Save that for like 1 million.
Oh, here we go.
He's about to hit 100. Come on, man. Let this man.
It's gonna happen. Don't waste your time on that disgusting gelatinous.
Oh, here we go.
Substance.
Oh my god.
Oh, did he freeze?
See, look, even your camera shut you off. You see what happens?
You're done. You done did it. But Rand, thanks so much for being here, brother. Enjoy the rest of your evening, dude, and thank you again, bro.
Yeah, no problem. Have a good rest of the show, guys.
Thanks,
Rand. Thank you so much.
Cheers, Rand.
Obviously, folks, that was Rand Althor, Tim Dog. They did come through. Jeff Grubb got hung up. I think he's doing something with Venture Beat. Obviously, Miles Dompierre, he got called in for the Halo drop. These
would be hilarious, Boom.
What's that?
Dealer, Miles, and Jeff were all in like a Halo party right now.
I would be mad
at playing the game. That's really why they couldn't come.
If you see them, well, Dealer couldn't. Dealer could. We talked already. Dealer was like, "Yeah, I'll get you the next time." But listen. I want to kind of change it up a bit because we're going to be on this panel together for years to come. So we're going to be talking about the future of Xbox. That's not what I want to talk about now to close out the show. I want to talk about what your expectations are for the Game Awards because Rand just dropped 3 very good nuggets where he thinks we're getting 3 games. And he said it almost definitively that Hellblade 2 is going to be there. He said
almost as definitively as when he said the Xbox was going to be revealed at the Game Awards.
Pretty much. So
I find that when Rand Althor says something, as in like just a predictive mode, I look at him like,
well,
that man tends to.
Well, listen, when they speak, you listen.
Listen,
right?
hold on a minute. You see how he asked me and you when they were going to buy WB game?
Yeah.
I feel like he knows something and kind of just put it on me and you.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I know.
So we should break that news on Saturday.
Yeah. Stop it. Just keep it moving.
So you know what? I want to start first with Dutch. I look, I'm going to be honest with you. After today, I honestly don't know how does Microsoft make it better? How does Microsoft close out the year stronger than what they're doing? I mean, 9 million players in Forza. The Gunk is coming out December. Halo, you got consoles, you got controllers, you got the 20th anniversary, you got backwards compatibility, you got the Halo stealth drop. Just imagine, just saying that it sounds ridiculous. The Halo multiplayer stealth drop. It doesn't even make any sense, and they did it. What are your expectations for the Game Awards?
I've still got, you know what it is? Years previously, I would have said 0 expectations from Xbox point of view. But after they decided to essentially launch the Series X's life at the Game Awards,
yes.
And unveil Hellblade 2 at the Game Awards, 2 massive things in one foul swoop that literally ended up being the talk of the Game Awards.
Yes.
I would not put it past them, like Rand is potentially hinting at, to have some big things to end the year, to kind of tease people. Not to say, yeah, everything's coming out X, Y, and Z, but just to say, I wouldn't know where you're enjoying this, but let's have a look at really what we've got coming up going forward, and over the next year and a half. If it is that Hellblade 2 is going to be there as well, I will be absolutely over the moon. I personally didn't think it was yet in a state to show, but if it is, that's great news, because I was still on the assumption that we probably wouldn't see that until 2023, and therefore probably get gameplay maybe this E3 coming up for it. But that's they've got a lot to show. We know from the vast catalogue of upcoming titles and projects and games already in development that there is still a lot to show from the studios.
Dutch, you were talking about Hellblade when you said you didn't think they were going to be able to show it so soon, right?
Yes, yeah.
But see, at E3, they talked about the whole team is working on the vertical slice before they go into full development. So it is entirely possible if the whole team is just working on that vertical slice, they could have something to show us. Some gameplay to show us for the that would be
well, they showed obviously
the team working on one thing.
The last time we seen that very small kind of segment of it where she's walking through the caves and there's a little bit. So that was it. Obviously, it was a nice little thing, but it was just a glimpse. I'll be over the moon if they show it off. The only reason I said I was finding unlikely is because of specifically for this game, it's extremely heavily reliant on the mocap and very, very heavily reliant on anything to do with the 3D audio, which required being in the studio. And obviously in the UK for lockdowns and things over the last 2 years, it's been ridiculous. Like not being able to go in the office, the working from home segments, then eventually getting back to the office, but only certain people, and then certain rules and regulations. And obviously for mocap specifically, you need people continuously putting dots on you all the time. You need to be up close and personal with each other. You need to be. It's a hands-on process, and that game specifically relied on it. Specifically for Melissa Juergens, who was wanting to do all of the combat sequences herself.
Yeah, she's obviously do all her stunts, her own stunts.
Yeah.
Yep.
Obviously practicing with her other half, who's an MMA fighter. So she wanted to do that stuff as opposed to the stunt artists. So it was because of that, and of course, because she's got health issues herself anyway, I think that would have probably just been set back a little more. Now, we've seen over recent weeks and more recent months that they've started to get back in there. They're starting to do a lot of the 3D mapping and things for Hellblade, for all the different texture qualities and clothing items, etc. And started to do the 3D, the mocap work in depth now, and the audio work and everything. So it's really steaming ahead now. I thought they might have just waited a little bit longer to show it off until they've got a little bit more polish. But we'll see. We'll see what state it's in. I've got full confidence in Ninja Theory. I don't think they'd show anything until they feel it's ready to. But in terms of the other projects as well, why not? If they've got something that they can hint at, even if it's just a little little sizzler trailers or something like that, because that's what I'm expecting. If they're going to announce something, it's not going to be gameplay. Probably sizzler trailers for upcoming projects or something, or little hints and tips, or you never know. Something like that. I don't think it's going to be big stuff. Even maybe, you never know, eventually get that update about the Crossfire X campaign that was just disappeared off the face of the planet.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be very interesting, but he said 3 things. So I'm going to bank on 3 things. Mag, let's get your opinion.
Yeah, man.
What does Microsoft do to close out this year? I mean, do you think we see Avowed? Do you think we see Hellblade? Do you think we see Fable, maybe?
Yeah, I think that, what they're going to have to do is, first of all, get the, not us in the panel, because but a lot of people in the community are like, they're going to acquisition talk, this and that and the other thing. They're not going to be doing any acquisition talks at a game show.
Nope.
That is inappropriate.
Well, it's also they're not they don't have control of the situation. It's not a controlled setting.
Right, and it's not their stage to do so, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm. So what they're going to be doing is they're going to be showing trailers, okay? I think what they need to focus on is that they have to focus on what Sony, never mind, I know that people say, no, they're going their own path. No, they're not. they still need to watch out for Sony. So what I think that they're going to do is they're going to have to combat with what they think Sony's going to show at the show, because they are going to be once again, just because they have the mind share this year does not necessarily mean you're going to hang on to it for an entire generation. By next year,
the first year of the Xbox One was really stacked, and then it fell off a cliff. Yep,
and then fell off a cliff. Exactly. So it's a tug of war. Okay, Xbox got all the momentum right now, and they're still going to carry that into 2022. However, Sony's not just going to drop the rope and walk away. You know what I'm saying? They're going to be pulling back, right? So what I think they're going to work on is they're going to focus a lot on Starfield. And the reason why is because I presumably think that Starfield and God of War Ragnarok are going to release within a month of each other, if not the same month. So they're going to be battling for the attention for the fall on the first party stage. I'm not talking, exclusive stage. I'm not talking about the third party, because third party, there are going to be a whole lot of games coming out next year, because you remember everything got pushed, right? So you're going to be talking about Hogwarts Legacy, and then Suicide Squad, and Gotham Knights, and whatever the hell else they got going on. Another Call of Duty, which is rumored to be Modern Warfare 2. Which actually
no
bring people. It might bring people back. Who the hell knows? However, the thing is, I think that Xbox is going to focus on Starfield. I think that they're going to show some solid gameplay, because if memory serves, was it not supposed to originally release this year?
Yes, they held it back a year. They delayed it a year, just like Halo.
Right. So they've got a very solid playable version of this game available to play. Right. So that means that they've got something to show. Yep. I think they're going to show some real gameplay, show exactly what that game is all about, not go into too much detail, because once again, it's not an Xbox show. I think it'll be a good maybe 2-minute cut of the game with plenty of gameplay to show. I think they're going to Hellblade is going to make a reappearance, because it again, just like the Crossfire X situation, Hellblade was shown 2 years ago. If you can imagine, can you believe it's already been 2 years?
That's amazing.
Isn't that nuts? It was 2 years ago they showed that trailer, and then of course they showed the Series X. Right? I can't believe it's been that long. But anyways, there's that, and then of course they had that little the updates here and there. But they're going to have to show the game again. And I think that they will do this year. And I think it will be 2023. However, they're going to reintroduce it to everybody, because you know what? People say this all the time. Why does Coca-Cola have to keep advertising? Everybody knows who they are, but they still do it. Every second commercial on the TV is still Coca-Cola, because they want to keep it in your mind.
Dr. Pip is on the heels, man. Dr. Pip is coming for you.
Mr. Pip. That's right. That's right. Florida. That's right.
Indeed.
So that I think they're going to be showing that. Avowed, I think, is another one that they're going to be showing more in detail. And I think just in general, I think it's just going to be just a little bit of this is what's coming or whatever. I don't think we're going to see anything else, to be quite honest. I don't think it's going to be a big reveal at the game show, unless they did something that I really did not expect. The other games that I'm thinking that are coming out in the next 2 years, you got Indy Jones. No way in hell they're showing that. They're going to show that probably at E3. Elder Scrolls 6, I don't even think they barely even started the damn thing properly, because they got all their
started.
Yeah, so they got all their focus on Starfield. Let's get one great game at a time, right? So let's do that. Other than that, I really don't see much coming, man. I mean, maybe Redfall. They're going to maybe show a little bit more Redfall. Other than that, I don't think the Game Awards is going to be as important to them for what they're going to show, because Xbox is in a position where they can pull any show they want at any time, and they're going to get the audience to watch it. Yeah. So they could do a show in January, February, whatever, and the stage is theirs. By the way, side note, before I pass the mic quickly, we were talking about the future of Xbox, and Rand was talking about it. He's like, in 2017, I wasn't sure where they were going to be going, and now look at them now. They're doing great. I picked up a single line that Sarah Bond said today, which is very interesting, and she says, I can't wait to see what the next 20 years of Xbox is going to be. And that just led, that I don't think was just
because she's going to be running it.
I've been saying that for the entire 21 campaign. They're literally just waiting to pass her the baton. She's going to take over Xbox.
But you see what I'm saying here is that, people are like, oh, if this console fails, Xbox is done and this and that. Xbox is already planning into the 2040s.
Yeah, 100%.
So you know, I just that was just a little side note I forgot to say when the first conversation we had about an hour ago. So, anyways, don't expect too much from the show. I mean, I think they're going to show some great stuff. I think they'll show some gameplay of Starfield, maybe a little bit of Hellblade. That's really about it. Maybe a little Redfall, and of course, they're going to be doing, obviously, as they do every year, they're going to do a Game Pass drop, and they're going to drop games that night right after the show, like they've done the other 2 years.
Yeah.
Other than that,
sounds good. Sounds good.
Hey, Mag.
Yes, sir.
Speaking about Xbox, and Xbox is going to be here longer than all of us.
Oh, probably. Yeah.
That is the most depressing thing I've heard tonight.
I know, right?
By the way, did you guys realize that we're actually all going to be dead by the time Grand Theft Auto 8 comes out?
More than likely.
First of all, we'll be dead before Grand Theft Auto 6 comes out.
Like, that's ridiculous. I hate to say this.
You haven't even played GTA 5 yet, so go play.
I know
GTA
you have no right to
first,
speak.
right?
Shut your mouth, man.
Hey, what's going to happen first? Will GTA 6 come out, or will I play GTA 5?
Oh, probably GTA 6 will come out. Probably GTA 6.
Yeah, more than likely. Your backlog's ridiculous. Tempest, before we get you out of here, because I know you got to get the kids to bed and everything. I just want to thank real quick. Raiden Blade drops an additional £5 and £2 super chat. He says, "Not for me. Guardians is great, but in general, people are sheep. Listening to a company only makes you miss out on great games. Forget the 400 Zoom BS play." And he also says, "Forget backlog, just ignore them. Enough said." Yeah, my backlog's ridiculous. Smuzz 246 drops a $5 super chat and says, "What a fire 20th for Xbox. That show definitely hit me in the feels, especially the Halo Orchestra rendition. Actually teared up. Great show, Boom." Yeah, dude, it was emotional. It was so well done. And we also have, we have Splendiferous drops a $2 super chat and says, "Panel, is Xbox still making money on these old games?" Yes, because a lot of people are buying them, and I'm one of them.
I can tell you right now, I bought $60 worth of games as we were on the show. I just bought $60 worth of games right now.
Is that the dude right there?
That is the new.
Show him the thing. Turn on. Show him the.
Love it. I love it. Look at that.
When you hit the button, it does the Xbox logo. Like
Nice.
Gotta break out the Duke for today. I'm sorry.
Absolutely, 100%. Joe Dunmore drops $5 super chat and says, "Did anyone see?" This is for Everborn. Did anyone see when they flashed the Xbox logos during the show? There, it was a hint of Sega Blue.
Oh, goddamn right! I saw it.
And Stone Patrol says, "Dude lists off like every dope game coming." They say,
Stone Patrol, I like you already.
Other than that, can't see them much else coming. Laughing. Yeah, that. Listen, what are you gonna say? Tempest Son, let's get your opinion on this, brother. What does Microsoft do this December at the Game Awards? What should they do? What would you do?
Definitely Hellblade. That'd be the first thing that I do. And then I think it's time for Compulsion. I think they've had enough time.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah,
yes, I like that pick.
I think they've had enough time. That is the one that Phil Spencer says, watch out for them.
Yep.
Timeline wise, I don't really know. The only other thing I think you would actually show, even though it might still be a little ways off. Well, one of two things, okay, is Fable. I actually think you could get away with showing some Fable.
Yep.
The other biggest one, though, if there was ever a time to announce this, it's at the Keeleys, and that is the Kojima thing.
Oh, yeah.
Damn it, I forgot about that.
Yes.
That is absolutely where you do it.
Dude.
Yeah,
that's
for sure.
a big one. Absolutely. And you know something, you're right. Absolutely. Where are you going to announce what better place to announce a Kojima collaboration with Xbox?
I mean, it's the Keeley. I mean, he doesn't even have to have anything to show. He could just show up, in his jeans and his jacket and just say some stuff, and everybody like, whoa. So So I think that'd be the perfect place to do it. And my kids are going wild, so sorry.
Yeah, that's all right. That's all right. Listen, real life, folks. But listen, I love the picks. Love the picks. Que Asante. How does Microsoft top today? I find it hard to believe that they could top it. They have some games though that could make people look at Xbox differently. I think people are starting to already look at Xbox differently. I think that the Forza is become a commonplace, regular talk. Even the normies are talking about Forza, right? Now the normies that used to play Halo in the LAN parties 20 years ago are now coming back to Halo. I mean, Tempest was talking with people in the store, strangers. Halo is back. You turn around and the Game Awards. Listen, folks, the Game Awards is watched by millions of people, including the normies. Because it's the Game Awards, right? They're like, oh, video game awards. Let me watch it, and they catch it, and they see all these Xbox games. How does Microsoft position themselves to dominate even further?
Yeah. See, so although I agree that you don't like acquisition talk and all of that at the actual Game Awards because that's not really your stage. And yes, I know it's the Microsoft Theater, so technically it is their stage. But at that point, it's not their stage to do. Yes. Actually, that wasn't mine. I think that was Splendiferous that pointed out. Technically, it is their stage. Yeah. But I will say, last year, they kind of primed the pump and they set us up in a way for certain expectations. I'm not saying I definitively think this is where it's going, but I wouldn't be surprised if I did, like the mag was saying, if they drop like a big Game Pass drop, but like just like EA Play, maybe Ubi, something of that nature. Hey, we now have a partnership with Ubisoft or Take-Two, for instance. Here's all their games in Game Pass, like just like they did with EA. Now, I don't know if they'll do that at the Game Awards specifically, or like I know some folks have been asking, is XO still going to be here before the end of the year? You know, I honestly think that there's still opportunity for them to drop some big major news, not necessarily acquisition news, but more news that they can control. Maybe not at the Game Awards, but before the end of the year. And before I continue, I will ask you, good sir, Mr. BoomStick, to read The Wise Old Gamer. Please, just go ahead and read The Wise Old Gamer.
Okay, let's see. Okay, The Wise Old Gamer. He's been a member for 1 year. He says this. Welcome to the Boomtown. After watching the Halo musical piece, I now know what my better half means when she says she wants a big stick. I guess it makes a better sound.
I'm sorry. I just needed a pause to read that real quick.
If anybody listens to Gaming After Dark, Wise Old Gamer literally does not stop for 2 hours.
He is the man.
I can't even get my thoughts out, and I keep looking at the chat. Biggest mistake.
He is the king. He's a king of sexual innuendos.
Yes. Oh, before I pass the mic, I will say one thing.
Wise Old Gamer is innuendos, though. I just think it's like
I think he just got it like that. He got it like that. He does. I will say one thing. Anybody who's big on Xbox, who really enjoys the Xbox brand and all of that, if you're not following Seamus Blackley, correct that immediately. He is the grandfather of OG Xbox.
Really nice post you put up
and all day. Yes, right. He's been doing videos. He's been sharing things. That man is like a Renaissance man. He's the baker of many breads. You follow his YouTube channel.
He loves baking bread. That's
Twitter.
His thing.
He's a brilliant. Like this guy was Xbox before Xbox was Xbox. He was the guy when you hear those news stories about how they had a space in the corner somewhere and they were doing kamikaze work. That was all him. Him and his small team. And of course, he has since moved on from Xbox, but still. He is the father. I think he posted something and he said, something to the effect of, I'm so proud of my son. And then the official Xbox went and said, thanks, Pop. And it was just this emotional thing, The guy is, you got to follow him. He's got such awesome Xbox nuggets. He hated this, but I still loved it anyway.
I still love it. Yeah. I have big mitts. So, yeah.
Yes, me too. So, yeah, the long story short, I honestly think that the Game Awards may have exactly what you guys are talking about. Obviously, they'll have an update. If there is an update to be given, they'll have an update to Senua. They would have to because that's where they primed the pump. So if they're going to show more, that's where they'd probably show it, right? But I do still think that we'll get some big, interesting to move us into 2022 news, whether it be at the Game Awards or someplace else. Maybe, like I said, definitely that potential for another publisher, not necessarily to be bought, but possibly a deal to bring all of their stuff into Game Pass. And Splendiferous, I will let Mr. Boomstick read your chat, but pause, sir. Pause. I'm sorry.
Splendiferous says backward compat money is why we have Crystal D now. Yes.
Pause, good sir. Huh? Pause. Come on now.
Crystal D. I like that. That's good stuff. That's good stuff. But yeah, you know what? I mean, good stuff as always. Everborn Saga. You're a showman. Obviously, you have the Everborn Saga, and you're looking to push that, and you obviously have a lot of ideas for marketing. What does Microsoft do? How do they outdo themselves? Pretty much.
If you say Sega, I will turn you off.
You know, come on now. Say something new.
You better turn me off right now. No. That's a next year thing. So this year, I don't like. There's no topping this year. The question is that can they continue this momentum? And if Starfield, first of all, let's talk about the Game Awards, and then we'll talk about 2022 and beyond. You don't bet against Rand. So if Rand says Hellblade 2, Hellblade 2 is going to be there.
Yep.
Now, as an avid listener of the Xbox 2, I know that Jez has said that he's seen Avowed.
Yes.
There's some GIFs, however you say it, going around. And he said that scene that we saw in the reveal with the drawing of
with the hieroglyphs in the air.
Right.
Yep, that's real.
Yeah, that's real. So if that's real and that's in a state, I would be surprised if we don't see it here more at the Game Awards.
Yep.
So that's two. Now, the other one that I am thinking about, I don't think that Project Midnight is far along enough yet.
Yeah.
But In Exile is working on something.
Yeah.
And I think they're working on like a AAA, AAA RPG. I think that's the one we see.
Oh, interesting.
Right? Because we've been hearing about it a lot. We knew they've been talking about it a lot. I feel like they just can't wait to show it. And that's where I would round out my 3 at. But I do think that they are going to be ready. They're going to be in basically defensive maneuvers at the game show. Now, one thing I'd love to see, and I know you said not to say Sega, but do we get a Sega section of Game Pass?
We have to. Absolutely.
I will say, sir, it is a pipe dream of yours, but if it happens, I will give you all the roses. I need me a Dreamcast section. Hook it up.
Just make a Dreamcast. There are so many incredible games, dude, for Dreamcast that I would love to see come to their own dedicated section.
Right. So, and to your point, Boom, it does not get better than it is right now. This is tops, right? So how do you build from here? You build from here by making Starfield the must-have title of 2022.
Yeah.
That everyone thinks it's going to be. Have Starfield the first real Bethesda game since what are we talking about? Like because did Bethesda do
Fallout
76?
Fallout. No. Yeah. That was a side studio. Right. Fallout 4 was the last big one.
Right. So Fallout, right? So this is their first big game in
a decade.
God knows how many years.
Decade.
Right?
Yes.
So this is it. If that is what it is, and if Deathloop was any indication, right?
And that's still coming next year for Xbox, by the way.
That's the point. So see, this year was Xbox Game Studios. Next year is Bethesda, right? When you think about what is coming in terms of AAA to the platform, we have Deathloop, we have like we know Redfall,
and the fourth Starfield.
So that's 3 AAA games, and they want 4 per quarter and 4 per year, 1 per quarter.
Right.
And we already know that Stalker 2 and Crossfire X are coming, so they're even going to do more than that. Right?
Yeah, and you also got to remember that there's a new Forza coming next year too.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's the 4th, and that's just on first party side then, right?
Yeah.
So then the other ones to fill out those other months are all the stuff that we thought were coming this year, but now they're delayed to next year.
Yeah.
Because how many games is it, right? Like Scorn, Crossfire X, Exomecha, Bright Memory Infinite. All those are 2022.
The Fox game, with the little fox. It's like Zelda.
Oh yeah,
Tunic.
What's the other one where you're flying? The one
Chorus.
that's in Chorus. All those things are coming next year, month after month. Warhammer 40K Dark Tide.
Yeah.
Right. So and I can't say your name, but Yast Bays.
Yaz Baez.
Yes. Shout out to you for reminding me about Warhammer 40K. But so this is the point, right? Every month you are going to have a drop and the momentum goes up and up and up. And wait till the FOMO happens when they drop that 30 million number on you for Game Pass.
Yeah.
Because that's what people do. They'll be like, wait, 30 million people are subscribed to this thing? What am I missing out on?
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
That's right.
And
why am I the fool?
It cascades on itself.
Yeah.
Right? And that is just going to be the lead up to 2023 when the stuff starts dropping, like the Outer Worlds 2 and the Avoweds and the Hellblades. Right? You could get all of those in 1 year, 2023. Think about that. Right? So and this is before we get into the all the stuff that they haven't announced, right? And because remember, where's IO Interactive's game?
Project Dragon is
right. Where is the game with Avalanche?
Yeah.
Right. So
Contraband.
Contraband.
Right?
Yeah. I couldn't think of it either.
Things, right. All of those things are probably 2023.
Oh yes. And Sean Bassey, where is Machine Games?
Yeah.
Machine Games alone is a whole big thing. Like with their Wolfenstein, not just Wolfenstein 3. Machine Games has a whole studio outfit on its own. Yeah.
I'll tell you what I think. I think Xbox Game Studios and Bethesda are going to go back and forth year to year.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Right? Because while they're building up to their next release, you got Xbox Game Studios taking the pressure off.
It's almost like it's like a tag team,
right?
It's like watching WWE, WWF back in the days. Tag them in.
And then surprise.
Okay, here we go.
Right?
Listen. I got to be honest with you. I know we're not going to get into it because we're already past the 2-hour mark.
Oh yeah, one more thing. How they top it? Even if it's not Sega, there will be a big acquisition.
Oh, there's going to be a big one for sure,
right?
There's
and
no
that we saw how crazy
WB
the world
Games
went with Bethesda. Listen, man.
WB Games.
He said, listen.
Hey, listen. I've said this
Mortal
offline.
Kombat first party. Sorry.
Hold on,
sorry.
Boom.
Sorry.
What if it's all of WB?
Oh, stop
I think
not just WB Games.
I think
all of it, including the entertainment division, everything.
Their biggest competitors have streaming. Their biggest competitors are Amazon and Apple.
He's onto something,
right? They all have TV streaming services. You're telling me the one that is worth more than all of them doesn't see that? And I'm not talking about out of jealousy. Apple's not stupid. They didn't get to be where they were because they were stupid. Amazon's not stupid. They both see value in a streaming movie and TV business.
Yeah.
Right? We know that AT&T is basically shifting debt over with this Discovery deal. They're still going to have like a 70% stake, which is worth like 40 or 50 billion dollars. Do you think that Microsoft couldn't afford to get in there and then be a major player overnight in
instantaneously
the TV and movie streaming business?
Yep.
Instantly.
Does that not expand on what they're doing? Like, obviously, they believe in streaming content. Obviously, they believe in subscription services,
and that would automatically give them.
And all this licensing stuff that we're talking about. That goes away when you buy. Listen, I told you
when you buy the farm, you don't have to buy the
Phil
cow.
Spencer is like Bruce Wayne at the end of Justice League. How'd you get my house back? I bought the bank.
Bought the bank, yeah.
Right?
I'm telling you guys, I keep telling you guys.
Batman's gonna wear green cow. That's what you're saying.
Hold on. So all I'm saying is, imagine you hear that, and imagine that is the way they increase the Game Pass price by including HBO Max. Don't tell me they can't afford it. Don't tell me it doesn't make sense because all of their competitors are doing it. Don't tell me AT&T doesn't want the money.
Yeah.
All true.
And don't tell me it would get blocked up by regulatory stuff, because it doesn't create a monopoly, because they're not in the TV movie business
So
now.
The only person whose opinion matters here with what you're saying, Everborn, the only place where it hangs is Amy Hood. Does she see it as a useful investment? Because if she does, all of that is true. Everything else is
she
true.
Can go
Amy
and talk,
Hood is the stickler
she can
to
go
all
and talk
of this.
to Tim Cook and whoever's running Amazon these days, while Lex Luthor, I'm sorry, Jeff Bezos hangs around.
I love it. He keeps calling it Lex
Luthor. I love it. That's great.
So,
I mean, listen,
anyway,
great stuff.
I'm just saying, think about it and remember where you heard it. And I'm not basing that on any information. This is just me looking at the tea leaves and reading.
Well, again, it's speculation town. We love that place. 70 and cotton candy on every corner. Cybernox, let's get your final opinion. We'll get outros, get everyone out the door.
Yeah.
How does Microsoft close out the Game Awards? How big do they go?
I think like everybody, pretty much made great points here, but what I think they need to continue to do is continue to give the gamers confidence.
Boot on neck is what you're saying. Boots on neck.
Give people incentives as to why they should join this ecosystem, whether that be by games, whether that be by a subscription service like Game Pass. Regardless of what you're doing, you gotta continue to embrace this confident Microsoft, Xbox second half of the year that you've been. Continue that progression. Don't let the boot off, continue to squeeze a little bit, just because if people see that, the Game Awards is a big show. And I think Tempest had a great point. They can just bring in Kojima in there and say, hey, we have this partnership and it'll blow the roof off the joint.
I think that's a fantastic point. I mean, where else do you do it that hits the hardest?
Yes.
The Keeleys.
And just continue the momentum. Keep the momentum growing, kind of like what Everborn said. Keep that momentum, because it's so important. If people continue to see that investing in your ecosystem is benefiting them, they will be happy, and word of mouth spreads like wildfire. One friend tells another friend, and that friend tells two more, and it just keeps going.
Yeah.
Right now, they're hitting their stride in as games starts to come into Game Pass. This day and date genius move. They know in the long run it's going to benefit them. Halo being multiplayer, being free to play. The next Halo, December 8th, the campaign, it's going to be, you buy it, you can obviously buy it, or you can join the subscription service and play it for $10. Just continue that. Be laser focused on what you need to do, and make sure everyone and anyone who's going to do any interview that's going to be talking about your brand, they're all on the same page. And if they can do that, they're going to be in a great place coming in the next year.
Yeah, 100%. Listen, folks, what a great show. We had over 400 people here, which is awesome. Obviously, there are a lot of shows going on that we're battling. And here we are, still almost 300 people still in the chat. I want to thank all the super
more
chats
likes
that came
though,
in.
Since
hit that like button, people. Come on, man.
The likes things. Come on, folks. If you like it, it doesn't hurt. I won't charge you. There's no bill. Hit the like button. Share this out on social media. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you enjoyed the banter, check out the channel. Lots of positive content. I launched a new series. I'm going to be taping the second episode on Wednesday morning. It's the X vlog. It's me basically raw and uncut, no script. Shoot me talking to the camera. Again, not live. It's recorded. I drop it in 4K, and you guys can check it out. It's me talking about Xbox, a specific topic. This week is going to be a little crazy because there really is so many topics to talk about. I don't even know which angle I'm going to go in. That's why we do it that way. Again, it's a new vlog series that I'm doing. A lot of people wanted the taped content. You're going to get it. And it's just me one-on-one with you. Hopefully there's someone at the end of the camera that's listening and you enjoy it. First one did pretty well. People really dug it. Some of the messages are really, really cool. So that series will continue until you don't like it anymore, or someone signs me to a big bonus and I sell the whole channel. But we'll wait for that. But
Phil Spencer is going to acquire Boom.
Listen, Phil, anytime he is ready, he can acquire me and not a problem. Wise Old Gamer says, hey, Phil, if you need to keep momentum going, crush the blue pill. Works for me. Just wanted Boom. Wanted Boom to hear me say that.
It's so good.
It's crazy. But listen, let's start with Wandering Dutch. Dutch, you got some monster content coming. You unboxed the console. You unboxed both controllers. You're talking about doing something special for Wednesday. Obviously, you guys had a show today. Talk about your channel. Where could people keep the momentum growing? Let's get you to 5,000 subscribers. And where can people reach out to you on social media?
Definitely. Well, awesome show once again. Awesome to be on with the man with a million, Rand, of course, and back on with Tim Dog. It's been a while since I've been on a podcast with him. But awesome show, awesome day, to be honest. A lot going on. Unboxed the Halo Infinite Series X and the Halo Infinite Elite Series 2. I still have the 20th anniversary to unbox, which I will get around to and put that up as well. But I think that would be an influx of too much stuff on the channel in one go. Too many uploads, it'll swamp it all. But yeah, it was awesome. And obviously we had the live stream today as well, covering the show. It was nice. We had pretty much the same thoughts. It was great nostalgia, nicely paced. Everyone had the same expectations for it, and it was just all round. It was good, kind of hearing people's kind of thoughts about Xbox over the years. This Wednesday, of course, you can find us on our usual place on the Wondering Dutch YouTube channel and Midweek Mix-Up. However, this week, I think we're going to do something a little bit more geared around Halo Infinite and get a big 12 to 24 people playing in a massive custom game or something, and just have some crazy fun, get the community involved. Why not? News is a little bit kind of, it's there but not quite there, so why don't we just make the most of this time where the games are really flowing and have some fun with the community? So yes, that'll be 7 p.m. UK time. That's 2 p.m. EST and 11 a.m. PST, I do believe, on Wednesday. So yeah, awesome stuff. Boom. Thanks again. Muted.
That the worst. Mag, you got something working in a big brain. Can't wait to see it.
Yes.
I'm sure Unicorn Nation is going to somehow kidnap you, and it's going to be a whole escape thing. It's you're losing followers by the minute. By all means, tell everyone where they can catch you next. What next show are you on? And of course, where can people reach out to you and strike up a conversation on social media?
Well, I'm actually not doing another show this week. I'm heading to Niagara Falls tomorrow morning to meet Noof Nukem in the flesh.
Awesome. That's
awesome. He has flown halfway across the country, and he is in Niagara Falls for a convention unrelated to gaming. And so my wife and I are going to be driving out there, and we're spending the night not with Noof. We're spending the night in Niagara Falls in our own room. But anyways, we will be putting up pictures and everything else. But anyways, as for any videos that I have coming up, yes, I do have some. And once again, it's all about timing and inspiration. No, not being an ass, but they will come out when they happen. So it'll be fun and exciting. And by the way, for anybody who sends me messages in the chat, they're like, why don't you do ones against Xbox guys? And I'm like, A, they're not as funny and ridiculous. Right. And B, why? You make videos for someone else. If you want to make Xbox videos, make them yourself. You know what I mean? It's like asking like the Yankees to be like, can you guys not play so well tonight so the other team has a chance? Like, come on, man. Anyways, enough of that nonsense. Guys, you can follow me on Twitter at the Middle Age Game Guy with a GY at the end. On the Xbox Series X PS5, which is not turned on for 3 months.
Yeah, I turned on mine the other day by accident when I was dusting.
Yeah, exactly. And it won't be on for another 3 months. But anyways, in all seriousness, guys, you can catch me on Halo at some point. Funny enough, actually, while we were doing the show, I downloaded it in the background, and I had people hitting me up, and I'm like, guys, I'm live in the air. I can't do this right now. But anyways. Yeah. So anyways, guys, great show. Great guests, of course, to Rand and Tim. And, of course, our wonderful panel. Chat, you guys are amazing. We'll see you guys all next week.
Yes. Well, thank you so much for that. Tempest Sun, let's get you out of here. I know you got to get up early, brother. Tell everyone where they can check you out on you obviously a YouTube channel. Yeah, I don't know if you've posted any Gundam content. That's got to be hard because those models are monster. But also, where can people reach out to you on social media? But more importantly, potentially team up with you in Halo Infinite.
Heck yeah. You can find me at the Tempest Sun on Twitter, and my gamer tag is Tempest Sun. And I, just like everybody else here, is going to be on Halo. So we should play some. So, that's about it. It was a pleasure, and I'll see you guys next week.
Yep, you got it, brother. Kay Asante, obviously you were on today's show. We talked about a lot of stuff today, but I want you to talk about the Gaming Circle podcast. It has seen some real growth, and there's a reason for it. It's because of what you and Everborn bring to the channel and bring to the conversation. You have some incredible guests. I've been a guest on there a couple of times. Tell everyone about where they can subscribe to that YouTube channel, but more importantly, strike up a conversation on social media.
Yeah. So thank you guys so much. As all my esteemed panelists have pointed out, we were in the presence of greatness today, so we appreciate them for pulling up and showing up. Grub, we see you, man. You and your beautiful mame needs to get out here. Anyway, yeah. I appreciate all my PTG crew members. Always good to chat with you guys, of course, as usual. On Saturdays we do the Gaming Circle podcast. It'll be interesting this week. We'll see what we do. But I will actually put more energy this time and ask you to come and follow myself and Mr. Everborn Saga as we do on the reel, because we need to get those folks up as well. Yes, our time is a little crazy from time to time because life happens, but we will be having some very interesting
that was a stab at me, but it's okay. I got it.
It wasn't a stab.
Well, Disney. Well, I think you're going to have something to talk about Thursday because you just had Disney Plus Day.
Yeah.
Right. And
tomorrow, we're watching a bunch of stuff. Yeah.
Tomorrow is supposed to be the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer with all the Spider-Man
with all the Spider-Man showing up. And I watched Red Notice. I watched Red Notice.
I like that
really
movie.
Good.
Watched it
that movie is Uncharted, the Uncharted that we're looking for. That's that movie. That's all I'll say.
Ghostbusters Afterlife Wednesday night.
Ghostbusters Afterlife. I've been watching a bunch of stuff, so I actually want to point people to On the Reel.
Yes.
Even though the Everborn Saga is sitting there being slanderous as usual, you can come see some, well-directed slander on Thursdays on the Everborn Saga channel.
Yeah, I do want to point this out. Like everybody here that is watching right now, please follow me on YouTube at Everborn Saga, because there has been some twist of fate where Mr. K. Asante has passed 300 subscribers.
I'm sorry.
And I am still on the Everborn Saga channel at less than 270. Now,
consistency.
There are 193 people here watching. This could be corrected post haste.
Yes.
Because there's no business that this man should have more subscribers than me. But anyway. I don't know if it was my turn yet.
Yeah. Oh, no, please. Please speak, sir. Please.
But you can find me aside from so hold on. Okay, before I do this outro, why do people, when I say things, I don't just pull information out of my ass.
People challenging you?
I don't know why. I listen, I didn't say the thing was happening, but you know what? Forget it. I work in the finance industry. I'm tired of explaining that to people. But anyway, Everborn Saga. Everywhere. Twitter. I follow everybody that follows me. Here on YouTube, where I am 30 plus 40, maybe 40 subscribers lower than Mr. K. Asante. So I want you guys to help me fix that. But more importantly,
I'm trying to help him too. I'm just saying.
More importantly, Kickstarter. We have a campaign going right now. There are 23 days left in said campaign. We hit our Kickstarter chose us as one of the projects they love.
Hey.
Oh, I said 23. There's only 21 days left. So we are running out of time, people. 21 days left, and you can support the campaign where we are. I think this is the best book we have ever produced. I think you will think so too. I'm going to put the link in the chat. Please, people, check the campaign out. And if you can't, just something to know, you don't have to wait till you get paid to pledge to the campaign, because nobody gets charged until the end of the campaign, which in this case is December 7th. And I specifically ended the campaign a day before Halo comes out, because I know what I'm going to be doing on the 8th going forward.
Makes sense. Makes perfect sense.
But again, please, guys, check out that campaign. We worked really hard on this book. We were working on it for over a year. The book is done. This campaign is really just to cover printing and getting it out to you guys. And it's really all about new fan acquisition. So help us out. We were funded in the first 24 hours, right? People like the project, but I would love to see if we could grow from the last campaign we did, because that's why we do these things. Everybody on here has the book. They can speak to it. But if you'd be so kind, please check out. I'll put it in the chat again. Check it out. But Everborn Saga everywhere. And see, those are some of the Everborn books. But Everborn, the Redlands, check it out. It's
and they're actually pretty damn good too. So
they're actually quite great, as a matter of fact. Last and no way least, Cybernox with the killer background, and we can't actually see the other side. It's little pieces. We see the background. Tell everyone about, dude. By all means, please sell your wares. Tell everyone about the Xbox Game Pass Club. I think that's awesome.
Absolutely.
Tell everyone what you're going to be playing, and where can people reach out to you. Strike up a conversation, and of course, subscribe to your YouTube channel.
I appreciate you, Boom. I appreciate everyone in this panel. I appreciate you, chat. Guys, Cybernox everywhere. Hit me up on the Twitter streets. Hit me up on Xbox, guys. You know, Cybernox there as well. Cybernox also on YouTube. But I'm focusing more on the Xbox Game Pass Club. That's like a book club, but for Xbox Game Pass, the level of entry is minimal, $10. We play games that are all on Game Pass, trying to join a community, treat it like a book club, take these games, have a deep discussion on the lore of, random games that we play, expand our portfolios. It's an amazing time. I've recently had, the good Sir K. Asante, Mag there. I'm looking forward to anyone on this panel that wants to join. I'm going through, this month is dedicated to Halo. I want to go through all
Halo
the Halo
CE
campaigns.
Legendary. Oh my God. Ooh.
It's been fun. Go check out the playlist. Mag was real confident yesterday. By the beginning, by the end, we were swearing back and forth.
He had bars out there. He was
amazing.
Bars.
He was.
I was rapping Ice Cube.
What's going on? Yeah, exactly.
He was dropping Ice Cube bars, man.
Beats. I love it.
It's a really good time, guys. I would really appreciate if you guys just check that out. If you guys ever want to join, I am trying to make a Discord for the Xbox Game Pass Club. I think that'll be a great place for us to keep the discussion going. So just enjoy gaming, guys. Enjoy this time that we're living, and stay safe out there and keep on gaming, guys.
Yeah, real quick, Raiden Blade drops an additional £5, which has imagine them dropping an Xbox Wolverine game at the Game of the Year award, the Game Awards, and Sony still having their version, but still call it Xbox Wolverine. That would be nuts. I don't think you're ever going to see a Marvel game on Xbox. I don't think it's going to happen.
I think that ship may have sold already. Yeah.
Absolutely, I agree. Wandering Dutch dropped some numbers, folks. We started this podcast and was 219,000 players on Steam for Halo Infinite beta. It is now at 266,684. Wow. That's almost 40,000 in a 2-hour show. I can only imagine what these numbers are going to be by the end of the week. You're going to get millions and millions of people to play this. But listen, folks, thank you so much for hanging out with us for over 2 hours. I just want to say this show would not be a show without you. So thank you. And of course, I'm going to close out the show with something that's important to me. Hopefully one day it'll be important to you. That's something that my dad taught me with kids. And he said, son, treat others how you want to be treated. Also, it doesn't cost anything to be nice. You live by those rules. And I can guarantee you're going to have an awesome day. So take care, everyone. And we'll see you next week on the newest episode of Primetime Gaming with Mr. BoomStick and Friends.